We should be live. Finn, verify. Yeah, there we are.
Should be.
Okay, and the music playing. Stop playing. I heard the music in the background, like, oh no! Hey everybody, welcome back to another RSG D&D Wildemount Campaign. I'm your Dungeon Master and host, Ranger J 1999, and we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons for a few hours. Kick back, relax, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab whatever makes you happy, and watch as we entertain you guys with the crew. Glad to have you guys here on a Saturday night. You could be doing anything else, but you're hanging out with us, and I don't know why, but you are, and so God bless you. Let's introduce everybody. We've got Bad Rongo, we got Johnny M, we've got Jasa, we've got Corinth, we've got Kara, we've got Grim, and of course we've got Finadoodle. So everybody's here. We'll let them introduce their characters here in a bit, just so you guys can get caught up. And we run this stream every Saturday, but we do have some news and announcements, Finn, on the campaign and some other stuff that we got going on. What is that?
Sure. So, for the next 2 weeks, we're not going to have a session. It won't be next week or the week after. Just before we jump into our break, we will give more reasons as to why. But next weekend in particular, some of you guys already have an idea because we've announced it on some of the other stuff, but we'll make the official announcement on Twitch here just before the break. So enjoy this one, and then we'll be back in about 3 weeks and back for some more Wildemount shenanigans. And yeah, make sure you guys are following us on YouTube as well. All of that is linked down below in the panel of Twitch. So hopefully you guys are there. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for the announcements until the break.
Yeah. So get your D&D while you can. Now we're going to try to do D&D tomorrow. Think everybody's good. Don't know. Well, if we can, we can. If not, then yeah. So that one might be delayed a couple weeks as well, because depending on how I feel the next day, I probably will not want to do a D&D stream after what we're going to be doing next weekend. So I may be a little poo-pooed in the poop. All right. I think that's all the announcements and everything. So did I miss anything, Finn? Subscribe.
No,
you can interact with the chat. We're watching that.
So I can make that announcement. We are on Twitch with the Dungeons and Dragons tag, which means that our D&D Beyond extension is active.
Ooh.
So for those of you that aren't familiar with it, if you're on the PC, it gets a little funky on mobile sometimes, but especially if you're on a computer, over the Twitch screen, you will have our D&D Beyond extension, which will allow you guys to see our character sheets as we are playing. It is linked to our D&D Beyond character sheets. So as we take damage, as we cast spells, the character sheets should update as we update them in our D&D Beyond. So you guys can follow along. You can see our levels. You can see our hit points. All of that stuff courtesy of the D&D Beyond extension. D&D Beyond, please sponsor us. Again, that's it.
D&D Beyond. I'll sing that whole damn theme song if they do. Every time I'll sing it too. Maybe
there
someday.
We go.
Finn, why don't you message them and say, please, God, please, Jesus.
I tried one time.
Try again. You can link them all of our episodes.
Let's hit episode 10.
There we go.
And then we'll do
all right.
And how do we activate that extension if we are computer illiterate?
You don't have to activate anything. It is automatically activated as long as you are on Twitch. Just highlight over the video. You will see the B for D&D Beyond, which will bring up all of our character sheet panels on one side of the screen, depending how you have it set up, and you should see all of our character sheets.
Like for me, when I hover over the stream, all of our hit points show up on the left-hand side.
Mine don't.
It's pretty cool.
That
way you can tell when Finn's cheating.
I mean, I'm always cheating. It's the way it works. Why would I stop?
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
I know, and I cheat in plain sight. I do this all the time. You guys see me, and I still cheat, and it's fun. It's fun that way.
Remember that, women, when you decide to marry this man one day, he will cheat in front of you in plain sight. Just throwing that out there. And he'll try to make you sausage. Don't eat it, because it might make you sick. All right.
He will make you feel like Swaga now that he's playing SOS.
Sure.
Because SOS is sad because Finn cheated on her.
Hi, Mrs. Scion.
Yes, I was going to say Mrs. Scion just said hello to you, Finadoodle. She just popped in just to say, have fun. Don't worry, Mrs. Scion. I'll take good care of him. And by that, I mean I'm going to mess with him. All right. I think that's all the news and notes. Everybody mute your mic, and I do mean everyone.
It's fine.
I'm giving everyone the evil eye.
We have it set up. It's fine.
All right, here we go. And welcome back. Here we go. Let's get the ambiance of the music's playing. I don't know. What do we want to play today? We'll go with this. I don't know. Hold on. I'm getting spammed. There's other games that we do right now. And right now, in between all the games I'm doing, I got like 900 Discord messages. And it's driving me up the damn wall. So, me? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. It was Heinz. He messaged me or something. I don't know. I'm going to ignore him because we used a preloader. All right. So when we last left off, our heroes had made it to Humperduke, had just gotten into town, were trying to get their way and figure out where they were going to stay or what they were going to do first. And then all of a sudden, an explosion shook the night. And our heroes watched as 5 strangers ran right in front of them and disappeared before they could really react and do anything. And then they come to find out that they were escapees from a prison. The person in charge hired them to basically be as deputies. They've been deputized by the city of Humperduke to serve as his personal bounty hunters. I guess you guys are bounty hunting now. And the person's name is Bram, and Bram has hired you guys to basically go find this skin and find out where she is, track her down, bring her back. So they went to the scene of the crime where they first were at. It was getting late at night, but there was Crown's Guard there. They went and they inspected. They learned how the escape happened. They ran into what looked like a elf of some origin. Talked to her. She wasn't very cooperative. Got some information, was able to see a piece of paper that had some information that was vital to the party, and make some other observations with some really good rolls from Reed, who was able to ascertain how the explosion worked and how everything kind of transpired in this Sherlock Holmes moment. And I think that's where we left off. Is that where we left off? You guys had just finished at the prison, correct?
And then we talked to the warden lady as well.
You talked to the warden lady, that's right.
Cramen.
Yeah.
Yep. Or Cranen.
Cranen, yeah.
Lieutenant.
She was
Captain
kind
Bernard.
of pain.
Yeah. Yep. Who looked a little sleep deprived and was annoyed. One, because the prisoners escaped and she was getting asked all these questions when she'd been asked these questions a million times already. So they had gone and checked over the prison, talked to the warden, and then I think you guys are making your way to the tavern, which you have free room and board there while you are currently working for the city of Humperduke under Bram, which I believe was, what did I say?
The Soot Sweller Lodge.
Yep, Soot Swallow Lodge.
Yes. Very good. So yeah, that's where you guys are at. Where do you guys want to do next? Do you guys want to continue? It is starting to get really late. Do you guys want to continue doing some investigating, or do you guys want to get some rest and start early in the morning?
I'll continue investigating. Is it getting dark?
It's very dark now.
Good.
It is. We probably need to rest for the night, but Maybe we should just follow the track that we saw them going, so we can at least see if maybe somebody spotted them.
No one has to follow along with me.
It is probably best that we don't split up here. It's a new town, I think, for most of us, except for maybe Reed and Hadlin.
Yeah, it's probably better off. How beat up did somebody you get in that fight?
I am still okay.
I am covered with blood and guts from that little thing that exploded that was in my arms, and I am disgusting.
So you're most likely wanting a bat.
Or at least a washcloth, or maybe
Squeegee.
a squeegee.
Do we... Okay,
Bat?
Ranger...
What's a bat?
It's a
Do we
bat!
What the hell's a bat?
What are you, daft? Don't you know what a bat is?
Ranger, do we still have
What,
the bucket
thing
in
that
the
you hit
cart?
people with, right?
No. It's one of them things. It's like a tub that you go and you soak in. You scrub.
Oh,
A bat.
bath. Oh, there's an H in that.
Yeah, I must not have reached you up there.
I'm gonna go over to the cart where we have that bucket that's been filling with water through this that we got a while ago.
Okay.
I'm going to cast shape water with it to effectively make it kind of like a sponge of water almost, and use it to start like scrubbing all the crap off of me.
I don't know if you can actually create a sponge.
You can create like a shape, so I'm making like a rectangular prism. So it's just a prism of
So
water.
you can do that, but it's just a prism of water in front of you. So as soon as you
Yes.
do it, the water will splash and stuff. So it's not like it has sponge-like qualities. It's just water.
No,
Is it gonna
I'm
go
using it
straight
to
on
kind of
your
just like
face?
pick it up like water would. Like if you just washed it, right? So if you like put water, but it stays in that shape.
Okay,
So it's just
I'll say
collecting
it's
all
like a cube, and then you can use it to splash water and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and then I'll just I basically splash it and then turn it back into this form, and then splash it in another spot and turn it back into the form to clean myself.
Okay. Do any of you
What
guys-
face are you gonna make when you do this?
None of you have prestidigitation or anything like that?
No, I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have.
What, is he like doing synchronized swimming over there or something?
You guys all
It is
see him
using
do
the
this.
water to clean. I can
That is
help you
not
with
the
it too.
Oh.
is that the face that you make?
I'm
It's oddly like watching a chinchilla, but with water.
I'm taking a large drink of my drink. That's what Hadlin is doing.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to be clean too?
I would very much appreciate it, even though that does not look enjoyable.
Cold.
It is not enjoyable. It is functional though. That is pretty much all it is.
So
Well,
we're already at the inn.
We're at the
No,
prison.
you're not
No,
at
no,
the
we're at
inn.
the
You're
prison
still at
still.
the prison still.
Okay.
If we're gonna talk to people, it's probably best not to be covered in blood and guts.
Well, it might make you look serious.
It
Oh,
might also
really
scare
does
them
help with
away.
Intimidation.
I'll start with more controlled splashing than I did on myself, cleaning off Gara.
You know? Oh,
Same
this.
method.
You mean this blood? This is from the last guy that didn't answer my questions.
So you have to bathe.
You see this? I like that fella. What do you think I'll do to you?
I am cleaning her clothes. I'm not actually bathing her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Can you
Do you two need a room?
no, I would like a bath. I want a bath. I don't want a room. I want a bath.
So I'll clean you of all the blood and guts over
It-
time with
it-
like little splashes.
Little splashes, but I mean, they're still caked on stuff. It's just wet caked
Yeah.
on stuff now. I mean, the face gets a little bit clean since you guys are still covered in a little bit of gore and stuff. So, but you two are able to at least be somewhat presentable in your face area. You still have stuff stained on your clothes and things of that nature. Fincast scrubbing bubbles, indeed.
Yeah, Balloon, you got a little something right here.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do, or you guys are going to head to the
just
Swallow
before we leave
Lodge?
the prison. Just before we leave the prison,
All right.
I'm gonna go back over to the spot where I'd found the chunk of brass
Mm-hmm.
near the bed. I'm just gonna look to see is there anything else over nearby it.
No, you don't find anything else.
All right. So I'll pocket the brass. I'll pick up the odd mechanical thing. Have that in my pack. I guess we'll head on over to the inn.
All right. So you guys get your cart. You guys, the 3 guards that are there, could easily give you directions to the inn. You guys come to the very large.
Well, along the way, Ranger, do we notice anyone, like on the street, like anyone kind of like standing
Not
out?
nearby.
Or...
No, everyone's back in their
Okay.
homes. Kind of, you know.
Did we follow the same path that we saw those?
Initially,
those
yes.
Scamper?
Yeah. Initially, yes, but you don't know where they left at their certain points, so you have no idea. But the main road, you get to the main road and you head to the main road where you see the Swallow Lodge. It's one of the largest taverns that operates below the ironwork shelf, where a lot of the smelting and stuff happens. And you guys go there. You see there's a small boy on us. He's about 12, 13 when you guys come up. He's like, "Oi, can I take your horse? I'll take your horse and cart in there for you."
You work here, boy.
"I sure do, sir.
Oh, that's good. What's the name of the place?
This is the Swallow Lodge."
Excellent. Fine. Yeah, we're staying here at the behest of Yinwaha.
"I don't know who that is."
I'm sure I misspelled that.
Yes, you did. Watchman Brom.
Oh, that'll be
"Oh,
it.
Brom, we all know who he is." "Oh, you work for him? Well, fine. Then I can take your cart in your horses, take your horse and get him squared away. If you just need to unpack your things, go on in, and I'll get them squared right away for you, sirs and moms."
Where will you be taking the horses?
"To the stable."
Okay.
How far away is the stable? Should we need to? Really quick. Thank you very much. Abby Cat 716 just rated us with a party of 7. Thank you very much, Abby.
Thank you, Abby.
Hope you had a good stream and hope you guys enjoy our nonsense that you guys watch us play D&D in our Wildemount campaign.
D&D Beyond. All right. Yeah, it's right around the corner. You see, it's just right there, the stables.
I see. I just want to make sure they'll be well taken care of.
Of course, Mom. I would not shirk my duties.
Before we go, okay, Ranger, how late into the night is it?
It's
If we were
about
to
10:30. You would estimate. It's starting to get really late.
I'm gonna look at Hadlin and Dromzel. Before we go into the tavern, I know we didn't do it earlier today. It's been kind of a crazy day. Should I do anything with the rock today before we go to bed?
I believe Drumsel and I had partially discussed you missing your appointment today already.
It was, yeah, there was kobolds and travel to be had, but I will do it now.
I think that requires at least some extra, right?
No, he just goes and grabs the rock and makes strength.
No,
I mean he needs to do extra
He's
reps
making me do extra for missing.
Oh, well then, yeah.
for missing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
I was looking to Dromsel for approval as well.
oh, what's he doing with that rock? And make a strength savings or strength check. Like,
Okay.
They do strength check.
Strength check.
Yeah, strength check.
Yeah, strength check. So
All
far.
right.
19!
You have a success.
Hooray!
All right. You get to roll again.
Okay. Hold on, I'm tallying this up. I'm up to 8 now, by the way, Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. 17!
It's another success.
Maybe you
Well,
should
somebody
double
used
more
all our
often.
good rolls today.
Yeah. You get to roll again.
Just as you say this, watch. Natural 1. It's just bound to happen. Nope! Natural 20!
He not only lifts the rock, he puts it above his head with one hand now. He's like, "Is this good enough?"
Oh, you're showing off, are you?
The small boy's like, oi, he's super strong, that one.
Okay, does that count as a double or just one, Ranger?
No, that means you automatically have succeeded. The rock portion of this is over for now. Now you
Hooray!
can actually lift the sword and try it with the sword now. So you guys, Hadlin and Drumsel, you guys see this. He does two easily, and then he does the third one like it's no problem whatsoever. So it's up to you guys, up to what you guys want to do. If you want to go to the sword now, he can, or if you want to do an additional training to get him ready for it, it's up to you guys.
Oh, I'm glad I made you do some extra lifts today.
Yes, this
You wouldn't have succeeded at the end there if I had told you to do an extra one.
No, I probably wouldn't, and I can say before this training, doing this would have never occurred to me as I'm holding you with one hand. Probably shouldn't do this much longer, and I put it down.
One more rock. One more rock.
Well, I think I'd have to say there's a famous saying about this one, and it's "Don't get cocky, kid."
I'm not. I am just excited. Strength has never been my strong suit.
And add
you get it? Strength, strong suit.
And Finn, add a +1 stat to your strength.
Yeah.
All right. What are you, Hadlin, Drum? What are you doing? What's the next step in your training process here with Balloon?
Hadlin.
Balloon.
I think we'll find out in the morning.
All right. So training is done for the day. He's like, "Oh, can I now take the course in cult, or are you going to lift that too?"
I don't think I have that strength left in me, so I'm good.
It's a mighty fine lift, sir. Kind of holds out his hand like, little something for the work.
All right.
Oh, there's part of your training. Tip the kid.
I'll give him a silver.
Oi! Oh, silver! Oh, he just starts to get in the heart. He starts taking everything. And just, you guys go inside, get some drink, something to eat, and I'll take care of all your stuff here. I'll be in the back whenever you need it.
Thank you very much. And what is your name, kid?
I don't know. Let me think of a name.
Philip.
Whatever you want to call me, Mr. Silver.
For a silver, you could call me whatever you want to call me.
Balloons boy.
We'll call him Tran.
Tran. Okay.
Someone write that down because I'm going to forget.
I have it. I'm ready. Oh my god.
My name's Tran, and I'll be your best helper.
Thank you very much, Tran.
He gets to work immediately.
Oh, good lord.
All right, you guys make your way inside, and when you walk inside this bar, it's really nice. However, you can see that it's a later night crowd that you're dealing with right now. So when you walk in, who wants to make a perception check?
I'll make it.
Just one, and only one who first walks in will notice stuff. Is it going to be Allie? Allie, you make the perception check.
Yeah.
Go for it, Allie.
I'm trying.
It's okay. Take your time. There's no rush.
Making sure it's working on this computer. Let me switch back to the other.
Hi, Dark Jedi. And also, thank you to Ouchie. Ouchie just subbed with her Twitch Prime as well.
Salute.
16 months of subbing with us. One of the OG skewers. Thank you, Ouchie.
And then immediately accuse you of hacking Roll20.
I know. Right?
Well, of course he does. That's the way it's been in RSG since the beginning.
It's tradition.
And cheats.
Yeah, it's tradition.
Well, there's a difference between accusing and stating that facts.
Yeah, we're not denying any of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So moving on. Very nice roll from Allie. So when you see that there's about 5-6 people in this bar. It's mostly empty. It's later at night. You can see that the people are cleaning up. Look like the gnomes that were in here earlier had themselves a little bit too much fun. So you see that it's starting to get to near 11 o'clock by everything's this time. So it's a little bit later at night. You see maybe some uncouth characters. Nothing that you would be freaked out about. And you do see a strange you think looks like either an elvish or half elvish woman with a couple books on her table, drinking wine, papers everywhere, hair kind of, in a certain way. And Christy, if you want to describe what your character looks like.
Hi. So I don't know. What should I say about myself?
So this is out of character. So just describe what your actual character looks like. Yeah. So describe what your character looks like.
My character, she has glasses, as you can see. Messy hair. It's all over the place. She doesn't pay much attention to what's going on around her. But she likes to read and she likes to.
Do you don't think? You don't just.
She knows everything.
Yeah, just describe what she looks like. You don't have to give any characteristics or anything. It's okay. Okay. You're fine.
Well, she's a half elvish woman. She looks a lot like her mother, who is a human woman. But she's a little taller and very pale.
Okay.
Wears glasses.
Okay, there you go. That's all we need to know.
Okay.
Is Paul in the background wearing polka dot or striped shorts?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him out on that. Paul, put on some regular shorts, just black shorts, man. He just left.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
Yeah. If Finn likes it, then you know it's wrong. All right. So you guys see her. She's kind of sitting there. She gives you a quick look, but then goes back to her reading stuff. You guys want to sit down and get some food. You have not eaten in a while. You could probably get a hot meal, something to drink.
I'm going to walk over to the table and sit down, and I'm not quite hungry, and speak with her.
You're just going to go to her randomly, some random person you've never met before, Allie? All right, so...
Yeah, Hadlin starts to giggle. That's in character, by the way.
So Allie just walks in ahead of you guys, looks around, scans the room, sees the half-elf lady, just goes right over there, not awkwardly at all. Christy, your character looks up and from your drink, and you see this. Well, Allie described. Everybody, let's get a chance to describe the character. So we'll start with you, Allie, first, and before we have the interaction, describe your character, what she looks like, nothing else, just what she looks like.
Messy hair as well. Sort of waifish. I'm an elf, ranger, half elf.
That's
and
it.
I'm very curious. Very curious.
Yeah. So you see this looks like a bow on her back, kind of tall, elvish blonde woman looking down at you. We'll pause the scene right there. Badrongo, describe, because you see all these guys come in. So Badrongo, describe your character, just what he looks like. You don't have to say anything else, just what he looks like.
He's a dragonborn, green dragonborn bard, usually carrying a flute and a lute, a long feather in my hat. I'm about like 5'2", 95 pounds, a little lean, but fit, not strong. But
oh, for God's sakes, just Johnny M. No, that's all I need. That's all she needs to know. Yeah, just that's all she needs to know. Good Lord. What about just describe what your character looks like? Did you not comprehend? Guard, go take the alcohol away from him. I'm not putting up with this tonight.
Are you drinking?
Yeah, but I'm not crazy.
I think a large sum of us are drinking tonight. Oh wow, invisible beer.
Are you drinking beer, babe?
I'm drinking beer, babe.
Is there some bourbon in that beer? Badrongo?
No bourbon in. I do beer before liquor. I love getting sicker.
You're a wonderful woman to put up with that man, Gara. Johnny M, describe your character. And only describe your character. Let's see if we can go...
I think I counted for like 5 face palms though when Badrongo just said that.
A little bit over 3 foot tall, reddish blonde hair going gray on the sides, eye patch over his left eye, covered in what used to be a cobalt.
Yeah, you do notice that even the ranger that's in front of you, they're all kind of grimy looking. They have what looks like the remnants of something, blood and guts all over them. So, Gara, please describe your character.
I'm 5'9". I've got copper hair with 2 silver wings, matching hazel copper eyes. I am 5'9" with a ponytail, and I'm wearing a green jacket.
There you go. Hadalin, a.k.a. Corinth, describe your character.
I am a dwarf with a very full beard, smelling of pipeweed and other bad smells. And yeah, that's about it.
Fully
Very stern
armored.
looking,
Dwarf.
strong.
Yes, very armored. Finn, you're muted again. I'll do his
Quick question:
voice.
how far away is she?
About 25 feet.
Okay.
I just silently casted, silence over in Finn's direction, so that's why he wasn't talking.
The old silence without seeing it spell. All right, go ahead, Finn.
So I'm just above 6 foot, 210 pounds, so pretty slender in general. Lightly tanned skin, some facial kind of stubble. You'll also notice that the right eye is brown in color, the left is green. The hair is black with some green tips on all of them, wearing a black cloak. My face is actually somewhat clean, but I do have the grime and stuff over my cloak.
Yes,
but
you do.
Cloak is black, so it's a little bit dark, but it looks very dirty right now.
It's still dirty.
Yep,
Yeah.
looks very dirty right now, and has a black glove over his left hand, and has a back.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
Ow!
What?
That's it.
How?
I would like to point out that I'm clean as well. I'm clean.
How would you? Did you not get affected by the blast, Allie?
I think
She was the one that
she was
shot.
far away.
Oh yeah, you were having some horrible rolls last time. Yeah, you were knocking everybody else over. So
Ali
you were
and
actually
Togar are
clean.
clean.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're the only two that are clean.
Of course, the
I was
oath would
under
be
the bush.
spring clean. All right, and last but not least, Grim, describe your character.
Well, he sticks out like a sore thumb. He's a big-ass ogre. Or a big-ass orc, sorry, not ogre. Orc.
So
Clad in
if you're an
heavy
ogre, we have to
armor. He
rethink
looks
things.
like he doesn't really care that he's got remnants of kobold and his own blood on himself. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So, Allie, I've got to ask you your intentions here. So, you're going over to this person. Why?
I'm going to ask her about a book that I carry. I
Okay.
think she may have some knowledge about it.
All right. So, there you go. So, Christy, this tall, blonde, spring clean elf comes up to you, and you may interact. So, Allie, go ahead and start your conversation.
Hello, I hope you're doing well. I hate to interrupt you. May I have a seat?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, please sit down.
Before we continue, what are the rest of you guys doing? You just see Allie come over and start talking to this person. Do you guys care? You're tired. You probably want to get something to eat, or what are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna actually, Sorry, go ahead. Colin.
Alcohol. Must have alcohol.
All right.
I'm going to the bar to get a drink.
Well, you guys you guys grab a table. There's plenty in here, and you guys
I want to find the most like hard work, like grimy after work type looking person in the bar.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Remind me.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to hop up on a chair or stool by the bar. I'm going to look for, is there like a dirty spot or a wet spot on the bar?
No, it's pretty clean, actually. This bar is very well maintained.
I will scoop some of the remnant off my shirt and sort of effortlessly start scribbling on the top of the bar, just a little symbol in thieves' cant, going and saying, I need to speak to a tinkerer.
You see the bar owner, who's this giant of a man. He's like 6.5 feet tall. He's just looking at you doing this. He's like, can I help you?
I'll sort of look at him and I'll sort of tap my finger beside the little symbol I drew. Always on the lookout for odds and ends yourself.
We'll get to that in a second. What I want to know is why you are defiling my bar that I just cleaned. He tosses a rag at you. You want to clean that up, fella?
I'll wipe the marking off of the bar. It cleans up easy enough, fella.
Thank you. Now, can I get you something to drink, or are you just here just to peruse the establishment?
I'll take a pot of tea.
All right.
Are you
with all of those people over there that just came in?
Yes, I am.
He puts his hand up for a second. He's like, Mindy, get your ass out here right now. You see this like 17-year-old girl with black hair runs out. Yeah, I thought we were done for the night. He's like, no, we got customers. Take care of them. So the rest of you guys go to a table, reads out the bar, and so she comes up to you guys. If you guys, whatever you guys want to drink or food, just she takes the order, and she's so hyperactive or something. You don't know what, but she's super sugary. So he looks at you. All right, fellow, there's your tea. What can I help you with?
I need to find someone who might have information or be able to provide some on some sort of clockwork thing.
Information costs.
I think she wants to start with
information. Information ain't free.
I'll slide a gold across.
That should do it. All right, what kind of tinker are you looking for?
I'll pull off my pack and I'll open it enough that he can see the mechanical thing that we got out of the prison. I need to be able to find somebody who can identify what this thing is, who could have built it, what sort of information they might be able to provide on it.
Okay. I'm looking for it.
That was that mechanical glove-looking thing?
I kind of got the impression it kind of looked like a shallow bowl or something.
Okay. Okay, I know which one you're talking about now. Okay.
The spider mine.
Yeah.
One of those silly little droids from episode 1.
I'm trying to figure out who I want you to send you to here.
Whoa.
What was that?
It was not the place that we're going to go, apparently.
That's like one of the old video games where you go up to a door and push the button to open it, and it would make that noise because you couldn't.
Yeah, no, sir. We are at the end of the map. This is the end of the map. The map ends here. You have to turn around.
you can't go that far.
Right?
Please turn around. Or in Borderlands, you gotta go
Here's
back.
a concept.
Otherwise, you're gonna
What
get
if we
shot.
made the game scroll left?
It's heresy. Heresy!
I'm just picturing that Family Guy episode where they're just like walking down their street and all of a sudden they end up in the Flintstones. It's just like, we're just gonna end up in...
Yabba dabba doo.
We're just gonna end up in like, it's like, oh, we're walking down Wildemount, and then all of a sudden end up in Faerun. It's like, what the hell?
Alright. So he looks down at you, Reed, and he looks at the piece of what you got there and says, I ain't much of a tinkerer, but I'll tell you, if you need some information, probably take that over to old Master Maker Clef Tinkertop.
Master Clef Tinkertop. Okay.
And he gives you an idea where he's at.
How do you spell that name?
It's from an old Irish drinking song.
CLEFF.
Tinker Top.
Tinker Top, as it sounds. Tinker and then top, one word.
Okay.
He's out toward the builder's plot. Easy enough to
Distant
find.
relative of Chester Copperpot.
Graham, you have unable to speak for the next hour.
Oh no, he cast silence on himself.
Yeah, he didn't know he did it.
It happens to all of us.
You have done this yourself, Anakin.
You were the chosen one.
They said you would kill Finn, not join him. All right. All right. So can I get you any other information? You guys. He looks down and sees your badge. Oh, you working for Bram?
We are.
Who has the writ that he gave you guys?
Shira had it, I think.
Well, if you are, you're supposed to be getting free room and board here, I reckon. You got the documentation. Bring it over here.
I'll sort of wave over to Shira. You mind coming over here for a minute, lass?
I'd walk over.
All
What
right.
can I help you with?
If you're working for Bram, did he give you some paperwork?
He did.
Can
And
I
then
see it, please?
I reach in and I pull it out and I hand it to him.
He looks it over real quick. Yep, that'll do. All right. Seems like everything's in order. All right. How many rooms you reckon you guys need?
How many rooms do you have available?
As many as you need.
7. We have like 7 rooms.
He looks down at the ledger in front of him. I can do 5.
That is fine.
That'll work.
All right.
How many of the rooms have a bathtub?
Bathtub is in the other room. If you want a bath, we can provide it for you. You have
I
2
know the
rooms for
2
bathing.
of us would desperately like a bath.
All right. Mindy!
I think the big green fella's fine. I think he likes it.
I don't care. Mindy! She comes running out. Yes! He's like, go up there and get each of them baths ready. How many people are going to be taking a bath?
We'll start at least with the 2 of us.
All right. So you're going to have your work cut out. Let Shayla know she's going to be busy tonight.
Probably at least 3, because I know that one would also like to take a bath.
Hey, all you need to do is let the old lady know up there what you want, how many baths. You take it one at a time. You go in. If you want your clothes clean by the morning, give it to her. She sits in the bathroom on the women's side. She kind of hangs out in the chair there sewing. So she'll get you squared away.
I do not require a bath.
What? Well, I didn't think you did. That's up to you. Your own personal hygiene is your own personal business.
I'll follow her back towards the bathroom, and I'll go into my pack and I'll pull out a spare pair of pants that I have. And I'll go into the room and change first, and I'll come out and look at the unfortunate souls.
They're way in the back, so it's just not like you can just go to the room, come and come back. So if you're gonna sit there and drink or eat, do that first, and you can go take a bath and stuff. So he's just giving you the layout.
Oh no, I'm taking baths first.
All right. Well, it looks like Shorty here is gonna take a bath first. He looks at you, Ashura. You gonna be doing one too?
I would very much like one, but I will wait until after that.
All right. Just let Sheila know she runs the bath. She runs the bath area over there. It's pretty nice. All right. So you go off, Reed. You're gone from this point on to go remove your clothes. So you go in the back and you see this old woman there. She's kind of got her eye closed and her one eye looking at you. She's like, "All right, what you want?"
Kind of need these clothes.
Hey, speak up.
I already changed, so here they are.
No, what? You want to give me change? I don't have any money.
Are you blind or hard of hearing?
All right, you don't have to call me dearie.
All right then.
Are you
I'll
looking
start
to get a
smile
bath?
Yes.
All right, you're kind of filthy too. Did you want your clothes cleaned as well?
That would be the general idea.
All right, well, leave them in there if you got an extra change. Don't walk out naked.
Oh, not a problem.
All right, wait here a moment. She kind of gets up, puts her sewing down, goes in the back. And she comes out about 5 minutes later, and she's like, "All right, it's all ready to go. Go and wash yourself. Leave your clothes next to the bath, and I'll go and get them scooped up and have them presented here in the morning. You come scoop them up, all right?"
Fantastic, thank you.
You want to spank me?
Not in the least.
I mean, I'm a little old for you. I mean, you're kind of my age. I mean, been a while since I've been with a little one.
It's only a little on the outside.
Oh.
I'll walk past her.
All right. All right, back into the main area. We go back to Alanath and Christy. And what's the name of your character again, Christy? And it's going to take me a minute or two to remember.
Just Critty.
Critty. We'll just call you Critty. So Alanath, that all transpired at the same time that this is happening. So Alanath, you go up and sit down. And you say you want to look at a book. Go ahead and continue your conversation.
I was wondering if you could help me. I'm not very familiar with the city. You seem to be very wise and familiar, and also very book smart. You seem to love the books. I have this book, and I lay the book out on the table.
Tell her what it is.
I push it across.
What's the name of the book?
Pardon?
Tell her what the name of the book is.
It's the history. It's military history of the dwindling empire.
Okay.
And I push it across and I say, if you don't mind, I'm not very knowledgeable of the reading of it. I have tried several evenings to read, and I believe I gather what is happening or what has transpired in this area. Could you give me any more information, or could you look at this book?
What do you want to do, Crit?
Can I look at the cover of the book and see
it says the history of military tactics of the Dwindling Empire. And you actually know this book. You've read it because you are a bookworm. You're very familiar with it, and you found it boring because all it is just it's a history of the battles that took place in this. It doesn't have an author. It was just more of a military manual of like how in each of the battles, how from the Dwindling Empire's perspective, the tactics they use, things of that nature. It goes through a brief history of the main fights in the Morrow Valley that you're familiar with. So it's a common history book. It's nothing special as far as you're concerned.
So can I ask?
You can do whatever you want. Go ahead and speak to her.
Okay. Are you an adventurer? This book is all about military history. Are you in the military?
I really don't care to speak about that right now. What I'm really wondering is if I've read parts of this book, and it appears that there may have been other people of my kind here at one time who may have assisted in battles. I was just wondering if you may know anything about elves or half-elves that have lived in this region or participated in battle here.
Christy, make a history check for me. Your first roll as part of the campaign.
Good luck!
Go, Christy.
Where's history? Oh,
under
right
skills.
in the middle
Yeah. And there's...
Yeah, you do know a lot, actually. You probably want to get her to be more specific, but you do know that the elves participated in many battles. They mainly live in the north. That's where they dwell in their regions. But yeah, it's common to see half elves in the Dwindling Empire. They're quite accepted. You can tell her that.
Okay. Well, actually, my father was an elf, so I'm a half elf, and I've done a lot of research about elves. Do you know anything more about where your people came from?
Oh, I most certainly do. I've heard rumor that there are several still living in the land, possibly in hiding, and I was just wondering if you may know which region they reside in.
So I'll help you answer this one, Christy. I'll help you answer this one. So this is more of this. Yeah, you're not going to know this. So Alan, what she's able to tell you is that there's half elves everywhere in the Dwindling Empire.
I would like to.
Hold on. Let me give you what you asked for. So the northern area is the elven area. They used to own a little bit more, but they've made pacts and are allies in a sort of sense with the Dwindling Empire. They're on decent terms, but in the past they stepped up, and they're very curious, along with the dwarves in that region, against the the onslaught of the dark elves that have been coming on of late. So they've been kind of more curious. But if you look throughout the Marl Valley, there's half elves everywhere. So there's no hiding or anything like that. The elves like to keep to themselves in their lands to the north and more of the northern reaches. And some elves interact and come to the Marl Valleys. Some are, intermarry and have half elves. It's been a part of the history of this world for a long time. So you would kind of know that as well.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate your information, and I would like to thank you. Would you care for anything to drink?
I have a drink. I have a drink right here. But can we be friends? Can I go on an adventure with you?
I would love to say yes, but
You said yes. You said yes. Oh, we're friends. I'm going to go on your adventure with you. I've always wanted to go on an adventure.
I love your enthusiasm. I'm enthusiastic as well. I would have to check with my other...
I'm sure they'll say yes.
I will check. And I will...
Very charismatic.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you see her get up and walk her happy little self, scoop up everything, and walk right over to the other table. And Christy, you can say what you want to the new group. You decided.
My name's Critty. I like books, and I am now your friend. We're gonna go on lots of adventures together. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
She says this to all of you, and you see Alanat's just sitting over there on the table, just kind of looking like, "What just happened?"
Ranger, I'm not there yet, right?
Why would
I was going to go and look for someone else.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm assuming I'm still
You're
working.
somewhere else in the bar. We'll get to you in a second. So
yeah, okay.
I mean, you're not really paying attention to this.
Yep.
So, but everybody else, besides Reed and Balin, Ashara, Hadalin, Dromzel, Takar, this quite attractive but bookwormy kind of looking half elf woman just comes up and says that to you. What is your guys' response?
I'm immediately going to stand up on the table, raise my hand in the air, say, "Barkeep, 2 ales, your highest proof spirit. Would anybody else like something?"
As you say that, the barkeep comes around the bar, comes over to you, picks you up off the table, puts you back in your seat. It's like, "Hey, don't be destroying my furniture there, lizard man."
I'll give him 2 gold.
That still means you can't dance on my damn tables, but I'll get your ale for you. And he looks at you, Critty, and he goes, "Ma'am, did you want some more wine?"
Oh, I still have some of this one. Thank you. I'm okay.
All right, ma'am. He kind of gives you a dirty look, Togar, as he walks off, but not too bad because you just gave him 2 gold. And he comes over and personally brings you the ale. What is your guys' reaction to this strange woman all of a sudden that Alaneth was just talking to that comes over and starts talking to you guys and says she's now part of your adventuring group?
I'm pretty sure you're going to need to buy me at least 1 or 2 drinks before you can join the group officially.
The dwarf looks at you and says that.
No, I already...
In fact, she does too.
I'm in your group now.
Still got to buy the drinks. Them the rules.
Okay.
Drum is sizing her up.
Would you like a drink?
It's a 21 insight.
She is high energy. That's all you ascertain. She's true what she says. She's not lying. She's not BSing. She is who she says she is, and she is spunk.
Can I walk over to Togar? At this point.
Say that again, Allie. You broke up.
And I walk over to Togar.
And
I would just like to lean down and, quietly say this may be an opportunity. You might want to consider your options.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Reed, you're in the bath. Shar, what do you say to this when she comes up and says this, and then you see Heidelin try to get drinks out of her?
I look over at the whole situation and I look down at myself and I am like, I cannot deal with this until the morning, and I just keep eating it.
All right. What about you, Drums? Are you just sizing her up?
I size her up and like, let's see here. Right, so who said you're coming along with us?
He asked you that, Crit.
Yes, I'm gonna join your adventure. I've always wanted to go on an adventure. This will be my first one.
That's a response, Strom.
So
And it might be my last.
he raises an eyebrow and says, okay, and glares over at Alanath. We'll talk about this one in the morning.
Alan's just looking at you with this look of like, I have no idea what the hell is happening.
He points at the new girl and says, "We'll talk in the morning."
Wait.
And then he polishes off his beer. The rest of the pitcher that you ordered.
So, Crit, do you buy Hadelin a brew?
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy him a non-alcoholic brew.
Oh, well, so you get this when you get the beer, Hadelin, it comes over, and when you take a sip of it, it tastes like cat piss.
Well, I'll order a shot of dwarven spirits and to dump into whatever she just gave me to make it taste better.
All right, so the barkeep comes over, just chuckles at you like, "Well, at least you know your taste of good dwarven spirits there, my friend." And he actually pours it in for you. He starts laughing at this silly laugh, and walks back over behind the bar.
Yeah, well, thanks for the drink there. My name's Hadelin. What's yours?
It's you to Crit.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You're very grumbly.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it goes with me. I grumble.
Well, what did you ask me?
I think I said, "What's your name?" I'm already forgetting now.
Oh, my name's Crit. Or Critty. Or Critty the elf. Or Critty the librarian. But you can call me Crit. Or Critty. Or Critty the elf. Maybe.
So I just drank like 3 sips, listening to her keep talking. Are you sure you don't have any more names?
Well, I don't think so. But you can make up a nickname for me if you like. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will.
Or Critty.
Oh my god. Sorry, I should have.
I look over at the Dragonborn losing his mind.
Yeah, Togar's over there just cracking up. You can tell he's been drinking a little bit too much of the spirits, but he's enjoying this immensely. What do you say to that, Hadelin? After that, anything else? Or Crit, what do you say? He says, sure.
Well, I'm gonna say that I can't wait for this adventure tomorrow, so I better get a good night's sleep. And
I'm gonna jump up on top of the table again and say, "Huzzah! Critty is part of the crew. All you need to do is pay us the 50 gold fee."
Oh no! I'm not gonna pay a fee. I'm already part of your crew.
Just then, Togar, you feel the big hand wrap around your neck again, and the guy turns your head toward him. "What did I say about jumping on my furniture? Gold or not, I'll throw your ass right out this damn place, working for Bram or not."
Okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. It is okay. We were celebrating our newest member.
"I don't give 2 shits." And he just literally drops you back in your chair and gives you this look like, "Please let me use the battle axe on you tonight."
And then I stand up and I say, "I am tired and I am going to bed. And so is Togar." And then I grab Togar by the scruff of his jacket and I drag him.
Finally!
All right, so you guys see Togar going, "Wait, no, wait, no." So Shira grabs him and literally drags him off. And so Shira, what we'll say is you just basically kick open his room, throw his ass in there, shut the door, and then you go over to this woman. She's like, "Oh, aren't you a pretty one?"
Ramsel's just happy that she's doing it to
one.
somebody else.
Hold on, I can't hear you, Shira, because Grim's talking. Say that again.
What was Grim saying?
I don't know. What were you saying, Grim?
I was saying Drom's just happy she's doing it to somebody else this time.
All right. So you see this one-eyed woman. She sounds like, "Oh, are you here for a bath?"
Yes, I am here for a bath. I am very dirty, and
No, I don't like to be dirty. I'm not that kind of woman.
Isn't it awful? It's terrible.
Are you hitting on me?
No.
Why
I
not?
just would like a bathroom. I want a bath. I would like to.
Oh, you want a bath? Well, all right. Misunderstandings happen. And she goes and she walks in. 5 minutes later, she comes out. It's like, "All right, dear. All you need to do is remove your clothes. If you want them washed, leave them there. I'll wash them for you in the morning. Just don't come out naked. I don't want to see your naughty parts. And then we'll have it nice and clean. You can pick it up in the morning."
Okay. Do you have a towel?
Do I need to use my bowels? No.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna go take a bath. Thank you.
If you need a towel, they're inside. You can just use one for yourself.
Thank you. And then I run
Did
away.
you say spank you?
No. No, I did not say thank you.
Oh, you said, "Oh, thank you too." Oh, well, you're welcome.
And then I just go to the bathroom.
Okay, there you go. So you and Reed get a nice, clean bath. The water's hot, lots of soap and bubbles. Not so much impressive to you, Reed. You just go in there and do your dirty. Get cleaned real quick. You wash all the grime off, leave your clothes, put another clothes on. Shira, the bath is luxurious. It's a very big iron copper pot, and they have plumbing here. So you can see that the bath is set up really big. You guys can't see it, but the woman's is much nicer than the guys. The guys is more simpler, but it's very girly. There's scents in there and stuff, so you're able to wash, clean yourself, bubble bath, the whole works. All right. You said you were going to bed? Mm-hmm. Okay. That leaves Balin. Let's get to you. So, Balin, what are you looking for, brother? Make a perception check.
I'm looking for somebody that looks like he's just finished like a hard day's work, kind of like just dirty, like dirt on his knuckles type of person.
Roll the perception check.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you see, there's two gnomes. One looks younger, one looks older. They look like they've had a really, really bad day.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to him.
They just kind of look up at you. They kind of sit back in their chairs.
Oh, seems like I found some other people that had a hard day's work. How about
Work? What would you know about work?
I'm covered in like dirt and everything too. So,
Oh, you stink and you're nasty. Get away from us.
And I take out a gold. How about the next round's on me?
Oh, you smell nice. Sit down.
I'll go ahead and sit down. I'll put the
other one's
gold
like,
on the...
"But father, he stinks like the wilderness." Oh, shut up. He's paying for our drinks. Actually slaps him in the back of the head. I'm Tilful, and this is my son Toffel. How can we help you?
What was the father's name?
Tilful.
Tilful and Toffel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, well, I am visiting. I just made it into
I
town.
kind of figured that you were.
Yeah. And I'll look at Toffel and say, you're not wrong. The wilderness is where I'd been and finally made it to Hupperduke.
I mean, no offense, good sir, but you smell like shite.
That is probably pretty accurate. So I give your nose an A+ on discerning what it is.
I mean, you really smell like shite. I mean, I've smelt some pretty shitey things, but you take the cake. All right, that's enough. Slaps him in the back of the head again.
I do appreciate the honesty. You do have a good boy there.
Yeah, you are been out in the woods for a while, brother. So you are a little.
Oh, I know. I'm
like,
aware.
All right, me stinky. I mean, good friend. And he, drinks are brought by Mindy. He's just running around like a crazy person right now.
Mm-hmm.
3 ales are brought. And he says, what should we cheer to? I know, Father. Let's cheer to cleanliness is next to godliness. All right, I'll go with that. And they bring their cups up.
I can too.
Right.
I can't wait for a bath. I'm gonna grab one here soon.
Oh, that's a good call. All right, what can I help you with?
Well, what do you both do around here? I'm just an explorer. How about
We work in the mines.
Oh, the mines.
Yeah.
Seems like a busy time right now with all the war and everything.
Oh, it sure is. I like to carry all the coal to the first where they carry all the coal to. Yeah, my son's a good worker, that one.
And have you both been in Hupperdook for a long time?
Our whole lives? Yes, I was born here since I was a baby.
Oh, are there places that you would recommend me going to see?
No, it's Hupperdook. You're not a gnome.
That is true. That's why I find this fascinating.
Father, there's all kinds of stuff he could go look at. There's lots of buildings and places he could explore. No, we don't want that kind there. And he notices your brain's like, oh. Grabs his son, makes him sit up. You're part of the authority, are you?
No, I haven't. I am intentionally not showing it.
Oh, I thought you were showing it. So
No, I have not shown that yet.
Okay, so then they're just kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you looking for? It's mainly a working town. We have fun at night. We work hard and play hard the gnomish way. And they both clink their things together and drink.
I'll kind of wave Tilful to come a little bit closer.
He kind of leans in. All right.
I kind of had a bad experience today, and I'm hoping you may be able to help me.
Okay.
What do you know about the kobolds that are inside of Hupperdook?
He kind of gets all started. There's kobolds in Hupperdook. Yes, Father, I fight them all the time. No, you don't. Slaps in the back of the head. I don't know anything. There's kobolds here?
I am not sure. It might have just been a gnome. I'm new here and I haven't really come across gnomes that much.
Well, there's no kobolds here that I know of.
So the mines are pretty safe from what you've seen?
Well, the Crown Guard makes it that way.
Yeah. And where are these mines that you work at?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. At this point, when I say that, I will take out the...
And then you see them stiffen up.
Yes. Yeah. So that gives me advantage.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. 25?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, good sir, if you work for Brum, you should know that they're all in the upper levels.
I am, like I said, I have not lied to you. I am new here and came across certain things, and so I am investigating. I'm just hoping you can help me here.
Father, is he going to arrest us now? Shut up!
No, there is no arresting to be had here. Just merely looking for information.
Father, I think we shouldn't have made fun of him for his stinkiness. I said shut up!
It is okay. That shows that you are honest, and I appreciate that. And I'll actually...
Another round of drinks come over.
Yeah. I'll give the... What's her name? Missy?
Mindy.
I'm going to give Mindy a gold and ask her to bring me back 10 silver for it.
Okay.
She's just getting her change for the gold.
She has change right on her.
Okay. And I'm going to toss the silver
over
to... Basically, what's happening?
Bites it. It's like, oh, it's real silver, all right. I mean, the mine's easy to find. There's a few of them, and there's the ironworks, and I mean, I can tell you everything about the Iron Lot Streets, the Gerhold Prison, the Builder's Plot, the lay of the land, firework facilities. I mean, what do you want to know?
Could you please tell me about all the mines? And the more you tell me, the more the drinks will flow.
He tells you about all the mines. I'm not going to break all that.
So I'll basically, like, the time that they're all spending doing
boring.
Their thing.
It's pretty boring. You know that there's...
I know, but what I'm trying to get an idea of, right?
The Silver Hall Mines is a gated courtyard that mainly...
Silver Hall?
Silver, S-I-L... Silver, B as in B.
Got it.
B as in butthole fin, E-R, Hall, as in H-A-U-L, mines. It is the main area where a lot of the stuff comes from, and it's got a courtyard and facility that contains the many entrances to the deep tunnels and the ore veins of the main mine here. He also tells you about the winch lift. This is a giant steel platform lifted by large chains that carries equipment and large groups of people between the iron lot and the idleworks shelf, right? And then he tells you about Upper Hupperduke. He says the upper part of the city is divided into two main sections, the Idleworks Shelf and the Silver Falls Grove. The Idleworks Shelf is largely recreational district that houses the city's evening celebration, is home to the Empire-renowned Blushing Taker Tavern. Put that in your notes. And it says wrapped around the waterfall lake that gives it its name, Silverfall Grove is the residential core of Hupperduke, and it says its street stands with elevated stone and metal towers that house families at every level. And that's all he can tell you.
Yep. So I'll basically, you can let me know how much I paid in terms of.
It's fine.
ale.
Just it's a couple silver.
Within a gold, basically.
Oh
with the
yeah,
amount?
it's easy.
Okay. So I'll mark off a gold, but yeah, so while they're doing all that, I'm going to talk to him, get information about the mines and stuff. And in particular, if there's anything, no, I think you gave me the idea. So, and then as close to, I don't know if he can draw me a map per se, but basically as close as I can get to being able to get an idea.
He's
about
not
where
really
the
good
things
at
are.
that. He just knows it. He's like, you know how it is. Like if you know an area, you just know it. He can just kind of tell you what kind of iconography that you're looking for topographically.
So if he can point me in the direction that each of these places are.
Yeah,
relative.
He said it's not hard to see. That you can see Upper Hupperduke compared to Lower Hupperduke, and you can see the lift, and you can see where the mines are, and you can see where everything is. So it's not that hard to ascertain where everything is. It's a large city. I mean, 10,000 people are here or something like that. He says between gnomes, half elves, and the Crown Guard. Says the gnome's main occupation is he's the foreman of one of the mines. They get the ore, they smelt it, and then there's the workers, the laborers, and they use machinery that you've never even heard of. He starts talking about it. You pretend like you know what he's talking about, but you have no idea what the hell he's talking about. That bring up the ore and materials, and then you have the other people like your craftsmen, your tinkerers, those that do stuff for the military, that create all kinds of stuff for the operations that are going on here. Okay.
And the other thing would be if there is any kind of mine type area that has been restricted for access outside of
all mines are restricted by the Crown's Guard, regardless, unless you have a special pass.
And does he have a special pass?
He does, but he said,
okay,
yeah.
Is there one that's not available even to him, I guess is the question.
To the mines,
is there like a special mine?
You need a special writ. You need authorization to be there. You have to be. They make sure they know you, and if they know you, they make sure that you're a common occurrence. If you need special, he says you have to report to either. Basically, you need like the city's permission, either through the mayor or through Bram or some reason to go there. They're not just going to let you go in there because there's a lot of secret stuff that they don't want people knowing about.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay.
And then at the end, I'll actually give both of them an extra silver.
Oh, Father, look, I've got more smut money.
I appreciate both of your help, and I'll look at the younger one, Tofel, and be like, not all strangers are bad, so I appreciate you.
My father says I should never trust strangers. That's when bad things happen.
That is a smart dad that you have there. In this case, it did not turn out that way.
His father just kind of drinking more. Like, oh my god.
Say you have raised a good son. I appreciate the help from both of you
I appreciate
today.
the kind words, but he just slaps us on the back of the head.
I will
this
be
is like
in
an
town.
episode of Full Halfway House.
I am going to be in town for a few days, so if you need anything, I will likely be here. My name is Balin. Please feel free to reach out if you need anything.
All right.
And yeah,
All right.
Pay the bill, and then I'll try to find the others.
Yeah. The only ones that are still left is Dromzel, Hadelin, and Alanath, they're sitting there drinking, eating some hot food was brought over, so they're just kind of making little sandwiches and stuff and eating it right now.
Okay. So I'll walk over.
I think the main question right now is, am I drunk yet?
Mm-mm. Not even
Oh,
close.
shit. I need more.
It's going to take a while with the ale you're drinking. If you want the heavier stuff, you can order it, but with the ale here, it's good, and it's actually balanced. But, with your tolerance, it's going to take about a lot to get... after about your fourth, when you feel a little bit buzzed, you realize, you're going to get indigestion before you get drunk about this shit.
Hey, Hadlin. What's that? What was that stuff you were drinking? It smelled pretty powerful from over here.
It's standard dwarven spirits. That's what I usually drink. I'm sure the bartender can...
I'll have one of what he's having.
He comes over, and when he looks at you, Hadlin, he gives you a wink. He's like, you sure you want some of this there, youngin'?
He's all covered in, leftover kobold that exploded and his own blood. He's actually bleeding.
Not really.
It looks like he needs it. Drom's giving him the... You heard me, do I really have to repeat myself look?
And he's looking at you, are you really sure you're mentally retarded for doing this look?
Yes.
All right, he says, all right. He pours it in your cup. He's like, God bless you, my son. He just walks away. You take a sip?
Oh, yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Nice, there we go. 8.
Yeah, this shit hits you like a truck. It burns. It tastes really good, but it slow burns down. It feels like your esophagus down to your gut, and you hiccup all of a sudden, and the buzz you were looking for just hits you, and you've only just taken a sip. Hadlin's over there drinking it like it's water.
Quicker route to victory, ain't it?
Oh, that's good stuff.
You find it hard to talk. You see him trying to talk, Hadlin, while you hear his... Where's your friend?
Good. I'll
scoop my drink over and say, you can pour it in mine if you need to.
You turned into a pikey.
I'm going to polish it off.
Make a Constitution check, disadvantage. Big time. -5 to whatever you get.
0!
You see him. You see Dromsdale, Highland, and Alan. If you see this too, and so do you, Balin. As you come over, you've watched this whole thing happen. He just slams it back. Highland, you're impressed that the courage it took for him to do this. He's kind of wide-eyed for a second, burps, and then just literally passes out onto the table.
Somebody get the wake-up juice. We gotta wake up Doc.
He is completely unconscious and knocked out.
It seems you all are having a fun night.
All you see is Balin just hit his head on the table, and Jewel, he's his mouth's open. Jewel is literally pouring out of him right now.
Adeline, would you like to help me get into a room?
He's fine where he's at. He don't need to go into a room.
Okay.
Adeline, you wouldn't do that. That's against your character.
Well, no, I would probably. Well, we can move him up later. He doesn't need to be moved just right
Yeah,
now.
you guys can finish what you're doing, eating and drinking and stuff. So
I snore very loudly.
You're not even snoring. You're just like... you're finding your respiratory and circulatory system is slowed down tremendously.
Where did the others go? Where did the others go?
I think cleaning themselves came above drinking themselves to sleep.
Oh, so there is a bath here. That is good. I will need to partake in that. I was just told I was very stinky, and they're not wrong.
How do I mind watching over Dromsdale? I'm a little worried about him.
He looks happy. He's got the stupidest smile on his face you've ever seen.
He's just drunk. Drunk and sleeping now. What's wrong?
Okay. I figured that you know best. I'm going to leave and go. I'm going to leave and go up to.
I wasn't saying you shouldn't tell me. I just was saying that he's drunk and sleeping. I mean, but you.
That's fantastic. So where are you going, Allie?
I think you have it under control.
All right. So where are you going, Allie?
I am going to. Help me remember. I'm going to Christie's room. I'm going to walk straight into.
You have no idea which one's Christie's room.
Or maybe I do.
No idea. She didn't tell you which room she was in.
Or if she's even staying here, right? She might live here.
She just said she was going to sleep and just walked in that direction. Mm-hmm. But when you get there's lots of rooms in this establishment, up and down. So you're like, I'm gonna go see about this Christie character, and then you realize I have no earthly idea what room she's in.
I will go back and sit down and talk to Hadelin and say, what do you think about what do you think about her? I did not invite her.
Who are you talking about? I thought Ashira was part of our group. But why would she not be here?
Yeah, Balin doesn't know about the whole incident with the new member.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, but he's listening and he heard you say that to Hadelin. You can ignore him, and is that what you tell Balin?
I'm ignoring him because I'm talking to Hadelin.
She ignores you and continues talking to Hadelin. Hadelin, your response.
I look surprised in the middle of taking a drink. Oh, you're back? Huh? What? I thought you were going somewhere.
No, I would like to, I was wondering if you might want a drink. I feel the need for a drink. Would you like one? I'd be glad to pay.
Sure. There's like 3 empty glasses sitting beside me. Yeah, I mean, I'll take them, of course.
What do you want to drink there, Alaneth?
I'm going to have some tea.
All right, so you get some tea brought over to you. Balin, she completely ignored you and just talked to Hadelin.
I'm going to look at Hadelin and just be like, why is she trying to get rid of Ashira?
I'm confused, but about different set of things than you are, actually.
Am I still locked in the bedroom?
This seems...
Oh yeah, you were completely...
Warlocks.
Our new, not recruit, but latch on.
Wait, we have somebody new?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she went and made a friend, and now this friend wants to go along. I figured she introduced herself and asked her to stay and tag along. You know, elves do that a lot.
They do. I'm an elf myself. I was just wondering your thoughts on the things that she may be useful for. I like her very much.
Yeah, she had nice hair. Kind of messy though. I mean, that's all I really know about her. I just saw her once.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
Who you say that to, Balin or Hadelin?
I'm looking at Hadelin, being that Ali completely ignored me before.
Yeah, she's telling you to piss off. You get asked that, Hadelin.
She had like a whole bunch of them. Critty. Yeah, that's what it was.
All right, Critty. Okay. And what does she do? Why is she? What?
How do I know? I'm drinking.
I like your style, and then I'm gonna call over the bartender. Too lost at this point. Just gonna drink before going to bed.
This is the most social bar I've ever been to, and I don't even know what's going on here.
I did find out something though, Hadelin, that you might be able to help with. Are you familiar with Hupperduke and the mines?
I mean, somewhat. Yeah.
And I'll start to give the information like slowly, not in full detail, but about the different mines, the Hilbur halls and the Witch Lift and all that kind of stuff. And at the end, just be like, do you think these are places that maybe the kobolds would be? It seems like they might be good hiding areas in there. Or where do they typically stay?
I don't know if they'd be able to get into the mines. They kind of have those guarded pretty well. So I don't. But maybe, I don't know. I haven't been here in a while, so it doesn't seem real likely.
It does seem, based on the letter, however, that there's the kobolds are not the masterminds. There's somebody with power kind of pulling the strings. And
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what kobolds do. They follow people. They don't really, do much by themselves.
Is it typical that they explode, though?
Well, usually they just go, like, apart when I hit them with my axe or something. But, yeah, they don't usually just explode quite like that.
Okay. I did get some information on the mines in case it leads us there, but we will have to see. I don't know where the best spot is to find kobolds or where they'll live, but these ones do not seem like the regular type.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Reed might know more about what's going on in this area, or maybe have some contacts, but yeah.
Alright. Seems like may as well wait until tomorrow. Should I help you, Master, take Dromzel back up when you're ready?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we'll carry him up. We can go ahead and carry him up now, before I drink more.
The bar is still serving or open.
Mhm. Yes, they are.
I'm going to walk outside and just take a look around.
And it's a quiet, beautiful night. It's calm, it's peaceful. You hear some crickets chirping. It's a beautiful night, very calm, nice early autumn evening. The wind feels a little slight breeze blows against you. You see no one around. The bar's just, you've got a little lamp on the outside that's with a candle that's glowing, but
I look down the street both ways and
don't see anything. Yeah, there's nothing. There's really no one out there right now.
And I sense nothing.
No, you don't sense anything.
I'm gonna look at Hadlin also. Do we need to buy the rooms, or have the rooms been bought already?
I'm assuming so, since people went to the rooms and they're in them sleeping.
Do you know where they are?
No. I know where my drinks are in my belly. It's about as far as I've gone in this place.
We should probably ask the keeper there to see where our rooms are. I saw
Alright.
Reed go to the bar earlier, but I don't know where our rooms are.
No, he said he was looking for a bath.
Oh, so did he not buy the rooms? Do we may as well ask just to see if our friends had bought the rooms already. All right.
It's all you.
Yep. Before trying to lift up Dromzel, I'm gonna go head over to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna take out my badge, and just be like, "Excuse me.
Yeah. How can I help you?
I believe you spoke to my halfling friend earlier. Did he purchase rooms for our group?"
No purchase necessary. It's part of the perks of being working for Brand.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And could you tell me which rooms are ours?
He tells you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very. Are they all like on the same floor, or are they split apart?
Yeah, they're on the
or-
bottom floor, and they're all nearby each other.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, and then I'll go back and relay that to Hadlin, and then I have an idea about where to go for that. To take Dromzel.
Right.
So shall we go retire for the night and then meet up here for breakfast?
Sounds good.
All right. Did you want to take a bath, Bailey?
I did. Once I dropped Dromzel off at the
Yeah,
room.
you guys
I'm
get
gonna
him
go-
in there. He is completely zonked out. He's going to have a massive, you know this quite well there, Hadlin, that he's going to have a quite the not good day tomorrow.
I'm just picturing Weekend at Bernie's, but it's a little wizard and an orc.
Yes. Not good.
Smallest members of our party carrying the orc around.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's
know, we need a- we
Gandalf
just need a
carrying
chair.
a drunk, like a passed out orc.
Yeah, and it's a human and a dwarf carrying an orc.
Yeah. Yeah,
Re-
this is
really
awesome.
confusing, yeah.
At least I
Mm-hmm.
can reach his mouth, though. I can reach his mouth to pretend like he's talking. Just grab the bottom of his chin.
There you go.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
All right. Yeah. So once we drop
Well,
off
at least I know
Dromzel-
where my first, bestow curse spell goes.
You have no idea who did what where.
I'm gonna try and figure out who's in whose room also, since we have 5 rooms. I have no idea how we're splitting up.
Well, you know the two girls are staying together, obviously, and then you fellers can decide on.
Is there an empty room? One.
Yeah,
for
there's
Dromzo,
enough. There's
probably,
enough.
to
There's
be
a
safe.
big room that's got 2 beds that they're staying in. So there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. That means one more you would have to bunk up, and the other would have their own room.
Which
Reed and I can bunk together.
Okay. And then so I'll grab the other room, and then yeah, I'll go take a shower as soon as we drop off Dromzo.
Hadlin will do the same. He'll especially clean his beard.
I'd like to bump into the two of them as I'm coming out in the bathroom.
Yeah, you actually when you're coming out, Reed, you run into Balin, who's done his stuff for Drom the drunk on Dwarven Spirits, and you see him coming out here, and he looks nice and fresh and everything. He walks past you as he's leaving the bath area. You also see Ashira looking nice and clean and smelling really nice as she walks out. They kind of meet each other at the same time because she took a much longer bath and was there longer, even though he got there later to take a bath.
She was holding the exploding body.
That looks like you both got yourselves clean. That's good. I'm heading over there myself. Dromzo is passed out, so best to leave him be. I think Hadlin is waiting for you in that room. He's also waiting to take a bath, Reed. So you'll be next. I did find some information about the mines, but we'll talk about that in the morning. It's too late right now. I need to get this stink off me.
Yeah, alright. So in the morning we'll pick up again early.
Yeah. And somebody needs to tell me about who this Critty is. I have no idea. Allie wouldn't talk to me, and Hadlin was too focused on the drinks. I have no idea who she is.
What's a critty?
This is my...
I'll tell you in the morning. I don't know either. We need to talk to Allie.
I walk back.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk
Okay.
back in the door.
Yeah, everyone's gone. But we'll get you in a second there, Alaneth.
Alright,
Okay.
well,
All right, so
Balin,
Balin, yeah. So,
Balin, do
yeah.
yourself a favor. The woman at the end of the hall, she's the one who sits in the bathtub for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hard of hearing,
Okay.
and unfortunately, she only responds to foul language.
What? Can I do an insight?
yes, you can.
God, I really
Oh,
hope
please
I
roll a
fail
1.
this.
Please roll a
I
1.
really hope I fail this. Just
What do I gotta roll against it? Deception?
Yes. You
Yes!
believe him?
yes. Oh, okay. I will make sure. I will make sure to do that.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
Good and loud. And remember, the fouler, the better the language. And I'll walk
Understood.
past him.
Okay.
I'll wait out in the main room for a share and I'll come walking out after.
All right. So I will continue to head over there.
All right, so you walk
Oh my
over.
I can hear
I can
Bedron
hear
go loud
Bedron go
through
in the
cameras.
Unbelievable. All right, so you walk over and you see this lady. She's sitting there cross stitching and she's sitting there sipping on some tea. So, oh, another bride of the ball token. Oh, good. Are you here for a bath?
Yes, you, Brad. I am here to take a bath.
All right, well, go in, take your bath.
I'll take off my... Do you also wash clothes?
We sure do.
I'll give her the clothes.
No, you leave them in there. I'll scoop them up and make sure you don't come out with your naughty parts showing.
Very well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very nice. Go ahead and continue. So she's like, I like you.
I wish my character was conscious.
So I will go and drop my clothes in and go take a bath.
Yep, you take a bath. It's luxurious.
That was perfect.
Oh, well played, Finn. Well played.
All right.
I'm so glad I failed that.
All
I
right,
rolled
back-
a 17, I got worried.
All right, Allie. You walk back in, everyone's gone. You were outside for about 15, 20 minutes, just kind of letting the air hit you and kind of just, just collecting your thoughts and stuff. It's been a long day, long 2 weeks. And so, what do you want to do?
I'm feeling a little cooped up in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And being around all of the noise and...
Actually, there's not a lot of noise right now. It's surprising. You would think as an industrial city as much as this is, it's actually really peaceful and quiet. It's so strange.
How far away are the stables?
They're right in the back.
I think I'll go around back to the stables and sleep outside just because I am used to being in the forest and the woods. And
right, you go back to the stables and you see that little boy sitting there, and he's kind of tending to the horses and getting ready to close up for the night. He's like, "Oh, miss, can I help you with something?"
I was wondering if you don't mind if you have just an area in the stables, even hay, where I could sleep, or just, anything really. I would just like to be outside.
Why? Why do you want to be outside?
Well, that's not really any of your concern. May I pay you to have an area to sleep?
Well, Mom, there's no place in the stables, but can I make a suggestion to you?
I would be glad for that, thank you.
If you go up on the roof, there's a nice little observatory. You could sleep outside. It's got a nice little thing you can lay on a bench.
Thank you so much. That sounds exactly like what I'm looking for.
All right.
And then I will go up and... No,
he tells you how to get up there. It's not that hard.
Could you lead the way?
I can't leave the horses and stuff, but if you just go up, and he tells you how to get up there, so let's just go up there. It's a nice little view in there. You can see the whole city.
I'm very appreciative. Thank you for your kindness.
It's what I do.
And then I will go up and I will sleep.
Yeah, you go up there and go get some rest. Sure, Allie never comes back to the room. I don't know if that concerns you or not, but she's a grown girl. She's a grown woman. I don't know how you feel about that.
I think I wake up and after a few hours and I realize that she hasn't come back, and so I get up and I go looking for her.
You don't see her anywhere.
No, so I head outside and then look around. Is the stable boy still there?
Nope.
Okay. Well then, I look at the horses. I see that the horses and the wagon.
Everything's calm and peaceful, and everything's fine.
So I go back upstairs and go to sleep.
I will actually. Can I whistle to her?
No, you don't have no idea she's looking for you and stuff. So you're zonked out. You went upstairs and kind of grabbed your supplies, and you're kind of comfy. It's a nice little outdoor little couch, and it looks like this is like a smoking area. No one's really smoking right now. Look, the place looks a little bit dead, but it's a nice little area on the top of this little roof here, where you can kind of see the city and stuff. So yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. All right. Anybody else?
Am I still locked in my room?
Yeah. Yes. Since she's intimidated you on numerous occasions, you think about leaving, but you're like, nah, man. I like my head to be where it is.
We know who the enforcer of the group is now.
All right, last call. Anybody else?
No.
Other than
Hadelin was going to take a bath after me, though. That was the only thing. I don't know if Corn's there.
All right, Alan, are you still going to take a bath?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Like I said.
All right, so the lady's there. You just walk up, and she's like, "Oh, a dwarf! Oh, how can I help you, sir?"
Bath.
Slap? No, we don't do baths here.
I just grumble and laugh and point at the bathroom.
If you need to do number 1 or 2, that's on the other side of the building.
Bath.
Math? I don't do math. Yeah, I just do baths. Are you here for a
I have to
bath?
say, I'm just a little disappointed that you didn't, do that slap. Well, okay, whack.
I don't do
It
math,
would've
but I
been
can
much
do
more.
baths. Do you want a bath, said Dwarf?
Yes, I nod.
All right. All same rules apply to everyone. If you want anything washed, leave it in there and pick it up in the morning. I don't do armor. Holy moly, you're quite the armored fella there. And the towels and everything are provided inside. Give me a minute and I'll be back. She goes in, she comes out about 5 minutes later, like, all right, everything's ready.
Thank you.
Why is everyone trying to spank me tonight?
I don't know.
I'm not a hoe. How dare you? Just go
Stop
take your...
talking and go take my bath.
You go take your bath.
I actually do want to do one thing, Ranger.
Yeah.
After I'm in my room and everyone's like, going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to sleep like an hour later. I'm gonna try and read my alchemy book for about an hour, but in that time, I also want to listen outside to see if I hear any non-natural noises.
Make a
basically.
perception
Anything
check.
abnormal. Okay.
Well, he could hear me laughing.
It's not wrong.
Ooh, 8.
No, sounds...
Okay.
I think sounds normal, as far as you're concerned. Yeah.
All right, so I'll just do the hour of reading and then that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, off to bed with me.
Off you go.
Yeah, so I'll wake up like an hour later compared to everyone else, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to get some good sleepy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else?
Nope, seems like we're good.
Anybody other than Togar?
You're
Who
definitely
keeps on like every like 5 minutes? I think I'm gonna leave now. No, Shira might be there and goes back. For the past 3 hours.
I'm about to inspire myself any moment now.
And it's still not gonna work.
No.
A little bit longer as well. I'm just taking it all in. I'm overlooking.
Yeah, you pass out pretty quickly, Alana. I mean, it's calm, it's peaceful. You're like, yeah, it's
I don't have to
nice.
sleep, so I'm gonna just stay up for maybe an hour or two. Take it all in.
You try to, but it's so calm and peaceful, and you're kind of tired from the long days. I mean, you're sitting there like you want to stay awake. You know, that thing where you're just like, it's so nice. You start thinking about some things, and the next thing you know. All right, last call. Anybody else? All right.
We're good.
With that, we're going to call our break for the night. Before we hit the break, Finn has an announcement, so I'll give it over to Finn.
Yep. So we mentioned at the beginning that we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks for the D&D campaign. 2 weeks from now is the Columbus Day weekend, so everyone hopefully enjoy
Columbus
themselves.
Day or Labor Day?
Columbus Day.
Is it Columbus Day? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So everyone enjoy your Columbus Day weekend and have some fun and all that. But next weekend, we won't have our session because we are going to be on YouTube doing our 12-hour charity live stream. Every year we do a charity fundraiser during basically the last quarter of the year. So we're starting it next weekend. We will be on YouTube on Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. Exclamation YouTube in the chat or the YouTube link down below. We'll get you to our YouTube page. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. And there will be a challenge for a 12-hour stream for Sunday as well, where we will go 10 to 10 if that challenge gets filled on Saturday. And if we do that, then we will be on Twitch from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. So lots of streaming next weekend for the American Cancer Society. We're going to have the details and everything in our Discord sometime during this week, where you can see the Tiltify link, where you guys can donate and all that kind of fun stuff. So hopefully you guys can come out, and for the next 3 months we'll be doing a lot of fundraising. So hope you guys can join us. But no D&D unfortunately for the next 2 weekends. But hope you guys enjoy when we come back from the break.
All right, so that we're gonna play the break, and we will be back.
Hey everyone, Finity from Reality Skewed Gamers here, and I wanted to take a minute to thank every one of our fan and viewers out there for showing your love and support for RSG. Now, how can you continue to show your love and support for RSG? Well, first off, a simple thing, head on to our Discord. A growing community of gamers, great place for you. So if you're not on our Discord already, !Discord in chat will give you the link to join our Discord. And if you want to show your support for RSG as well, Twitch provides a lot of different ways where you can do that. Now, not only can you donate bits, and there's also a link down below for our stream elements where you can donate directly, but of course, Twitch provides the options for giving us your subscriptions. Now, we always appreciate all of our fans for subscribing, and of course, those that use your Twitch Prime on our channel, because we know you only get one of those. So spending it on RSG is a big deal, and we always appreciate it. And if you want to help others also to experience the true nature of RSG, you can also gift a sub to anyone in the chat as well. And for those of you that are Twitch Prime members, if you've given it to us before, we would always appreciate to get it again, but Twitch Prime does require you to do it each month. So if you haven't renewed your Twitch Prime already, whether you give it to RSG or another content creator, make sure you use that Twitch Prime, because that is a handy resource to help all content creators. RSG would not be here if it was not for all of the support from our viewers, and we hope to continue growing our channel and our charity efforts with your help. So for that, I, Infinity with Reality Skewed Gamers, want to thank everyone out there and of course show you our love. So, welcome to another episode of Fun with Hats. Now, if you're not familiar with what this segment is, this is where my partner in crime here, Mr. Grande Patron.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
And
howdy,
I
folks.
Wear silly hats and tell you the story behind how these hats came onto our head. So we're going to start off with Grande, and he's going to tell you a story about his hat, and it is up to you to decide whether or not the story he is telling is true or false. So Grande, take it away.
Okay, so this hat I made. I don't know if everybody can tell this, but I actually do a lot of making of costumes. This is a made hat. You can probably tell from the inside that this is a made hat. There is actually a child's red cowboy hat inside of here. That's why it doesn't fit really well on my big old noggin. So why did someone make this hat? Why did I make this hat, right? Okay, so why I made this hat was because my child needed a cosplay costume for the summer camp. And she said she wanted to be Toad from Super Mario Brothers. And I was like, great, how do I do that? So of course I Googled how to do it, and I'm like, let's start. And the only thing that has survived from the costume is the hat. But I made like a little vest, and I made some other things too. But this is, of course, the recognizable part. So this is the part that I have kept. And when it came time for Grande to wear a weird hat on RSG, this came in the rotation. So is that a true story or not? You guys decide.
Okay, and then I will tell you the story behind this porg beanie. Now, the reason I needed said porg beanie is because last year we were getting dressed up for our charity run that we do at Disney, and I was dressing up as a porg. And finding an actual mask while running a half marathon did not seem like a smart idea. So I did look online and find this porg beanie. So that is the reason why I have said porg beanie. But how did I acquire said porg beanie? Well, of course, this one is, and she's gonna get mad at me for saying this, was not stitched by McVenom. No, it was not. It was found online, and I was...
Oh, snap!
Yeah, I'm gonna die after this one. So
I'm still waiting on my Darth Vader Millennium Falcon cross stitch. I don't want to.
Let's not get into that, Grande. I don't want you dying too. Okay, so, well, actually, you've done enough already with the McGrande.
I sleep with one eye open. That's all I'm saying. I sleep with one eye open.
It just looks worse with that hat on. Okay, so so I looked online and found this hat and was trying to figure out what the best way to acquire it was. When, of course, we have in RSG the pimp Loki himself, who has not you, Loki.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. You raise your hands like you were the pimp. You know Loki.
I can celebrate other people. Come on. Come on.
So, Loki.
My ego's big. It's not that big, okay?
So, Loki has connections. And, of course, he has connections to get Disney merch. And so, I, looking for this hat, went to the pimp himself. He was able to find this and was able to ship it to me. Now, I did get 2 of them because one I wore during the run and it was going to get sweaty as hell. So that one was expecting to be destroyed.
You don't own a washing machine? Come on, man.
But this thing like absorbs a lot. Here's the interesting part too. So I got another one too that
sweat washes out. It's not like it's blood or red wine. Come on, man.
This one is actually the one that I wore during the run. And do you know how I know this? Do you know how I know this? There is actually supposed to be like a poofy ball on the top of this that is gone from the one that I wore on the run because I did not want the poofy ball on the one on the run.
Like banging around, I guess, while you were jogging.
Around my head and stuff. So I took that off. So I have this one, and there is another one that has the poofy ball, and that one is currently still resting, but I wear this one now to wear it out first. So, is that story true or false? So you have 2 stories regarding fun hats as to whether or not we were telling the truth or telling a lie.
Have we ever told a lie in one of these? I think we've told the truth every time.
We've only had 2.
I think we've told the truth every time. The truth is stranger than fiction, which is why
we've had 2.
I don't know. 2. I could have been lying about this one.
I could have been lying too. See, this is where the fun comes in. So you guys guess as to whether or not we are telling the truth or a lie. And with that, I Infinity. That is Grande Patron. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Fun with Hats. As we get ready to start again, I wanted to thank all of our viewers out there, especially the new ones, for, of course, watching the RSG channel. Now, for those of you that are new here, RSG is a very professional gaming channel, and we are here to provide you quality content. And so, I wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown of everything that RSG covers regularly. So from Mondays to Fridays during the 12 o'clock Eastern Time hour, we have on YouTube a live stream that we call the RSG Lunch Hour. Now this is there to get you through the doldrums of the day, largely covers Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as our primary game, but we talk about anything and everything for you. Now on Mondays, we do have Marbles Monday. Now Marbles is a fun interactive Twitch game that if you are not familiar with is really, really fun. And the way we do it at RSG is always a little bit different than the normal play. So please come out on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and join us for Marbles on stream. On Tuesday nights, we have our Don't Starve Together Tuesdays. And it's just what it sounds like, Don't Starve Together on Tuesday nights. And that's what we do at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a great group of friends from the community. On Wednesday nights on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is our longest running Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream, which covers the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game. It is the longest running live stream in the galaxy for the game. So if you guys are interested in that or just want to check out what the game is about, make sure to head to that on our YouTube channel. On Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have coverage of State of Survival, another mobile app game. And so if you guys are interested in fighting zombies and surviving the apocalypse, make sure you check that out on YouTube. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays, we have Jedi Academy. Jedi Academy is a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes based stream. It's a pure question and answer stream done and hosted by RSG with a great group of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content creators there to answer questions for the community for about 2 hours. So if you want to have your questions answered about this mobile game, head to our channel on YouTube on 10 a.m. Eastern Time and make sure that you are there to get your questions answered. On Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our D&D campaign right here. You guys are watching that now, and we really appreciate it and hope you guys are enjoying it, and we will continue to do this at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, we have our Star Wars Dungeons & Dragons campaign. That's right, 2 Dungeons & Dragons campaign, our regular normal D&D 5e on Saturdays, and Star Wars on YouTube. So make sure you check that out as well. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, we have our Sunday Night Gaming. Now this is where we will rotate different games and just have fun with a group from the RSG community, and of course with you guys in chat. Some will be interactive, some will just be fun, some will be ridiculous. But even beyond all of these, from a Monday to Sunday schedule, we will have random streams throughout the week, both on YouTube and on Twitch. So make sure that while you guys are here on Twitch, you hit that follow button so you can get notified whenever we go live. And with that, we're about to get started here with our Dungeons & Dragons stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little break, taken some time off, and get ready for the second half of the campaign. And on that note, I am Infinity with Reality Skewed Gamers. Thank you guys for watching and hope you enjoy the second half. It's that old scene where it's like raining and you just see Togar with his hand on the window just looking out as we're just walking away.
All by myself.
You mean like in the car in Titanic? My hand is like that?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And that's our campaign for tonight. I hope everyone had a good time.
We were having too much fun in the break.
Oh, yes we were. Welcome back to the...
Did you turn off your camera,
on
Richard?
purpose. I got this shit, Finn. I'll be right back. Okay. So anyway, we're back. You guys get a full night's rest. Everybody gets all their stats, everything back. You guys feel refreshed. There's Paul again with those insane shorts. Did you tell him I said that those shorts are the win?
They are. They're awesome.
Yeah, those shorts are awesome.
All right, quit pimping shit. We know she's awesome. Get out of here, Paul. Get out of here. Want your manly shit here? Get out of here. I love messing with Paul. It's the best. If you guys have not check the Escape podcast on Twitch and stuff, you really need to. It's some really good stuff on there. Really good people over there. So, yeah, you guys get a good night rest. Everything transpires from the previous day. You wake up, you go down for breakfast. They're all down there eating breakfast. Drum, you feel like...
I cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
It barely helps. You still feel like ass.
But it's supposed to remove that condition, though.
It's not that you feel drunk. You feel like ass. Like you feel like you got poisoned.
Okay.
It's not that you are. You just
poison condition.
So it's not that you are, right? You don't have any conditions or anything. You're not like having any side effects. You just feel awful. Like you just feel like just worn down. Like you just did a good hard day's work. So, but it's just the way you feel. You still are able to walk and stuff. You just, those days you wake up, you feel like less energetic and things like that, and you just feel like ugh. Bad cotton taste in your mouth. Even with the Lesser Restoration, you're like, oh God, what did I drink? Kind of thing. So you guys see the Walking Dead.
That's okay. Dead. Mission accomplished.
Yep. You see Dromsel coming down. He looks like the Walking Dead. You guys are all eating breakfast. Now, Crit, you wake up like you always do. First thing in the morning, read 200 book pages in your books that you're currently working on, and then you go down after you drink about 3 coffees, and you're hyped up on caffeine, sugar, and knowledge. So you go down and you see these guys that are kind of just quiet.
She's Finn?
I said Crit.
That sounds like Finn.
No, it doesn't. I said Crit. Finn, shut your pie hole.
Just like hopped up on sugar and just coming downstairs.
I was going to say, if she was really energetic last night and now she's on coffee and sugar, I mean, is the universe going to implode now?
This is going to be
all
fun.
The energy.
But you come.
We have a chemistry teacher suffering from cancer in the party.
So anyway, so you come down. You feel energized for the day. You come down. You see them. The half orc looks like he died. The other ones look a little refreshed.
Half orc.
Are you full orc or half orc, Draw? You're half orc, right?
Full
orc.
Oh, full orc. I'm sorry.
That was me making fun of him.
He'd be considerably shorter and less burly if he was a half orc.
Okay, so you go down there and you see them eating a normal breakfast. There's some cheese and meats, and they're drinking ale. Some are drinking tea, that kind of stuff. And they're all grouped up together, and you see them there. What do you do?
I plunk myself down right beside the orc, and I say, "Hi, I'm Critty. We met last night."
Hi, Critty. How you doing?
I'm excellent, thank you. So, what are we gonna do for our adventure? I am so excited to go on our adventure.
I don't handle that stuff.
I don't think I've met
the other
you.
guys.
Yeah, you didn't meet Galen last night.
Who is this?
You didn't meet him.
All right,
You didn't
so
meet
first
Reed
things
either.
first. Coffee.
The guy comes over, pussy, and just pours you some coffee and walks away. What makes you chuckle, Hadlin, because you know exactly why he's calling that. So Reed, and you see Balin's character Finn, and you see Johnny's character Reed, and they're like, "Who are you?"
I'd like to introduce myself to the rest of the party.
Go ahead. Talk to whoever you want and introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to Reed now.
You can see him from across the table. You don't have to actually get up, or unless you want to.
Then, hi, I'm Critty.
Hi, I'm Reed.
Hi, I'm Critty.
Hi, I'm Balin.
Hi, I'm Critty.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna continue introducing myself to everybody that's already met me.
So Critty goes around saying, "Hi, I'm Critty" to each and every one of you.
Oh my.
You are very friendly. I like that. Where are you from?
Well, I grew up here. My father was an elf, and I don't really know a lot about him because he left when I was very, very little. But my mom grew up here, and so I've lived here my whole life. And I've read a lot of books, and I know a lot about the place, but I haven't really gone anywhere. And I thought I should go somewhere, so I thought I should go on an adventure. And then I met you guys, and you're adventurers, so I'm going to go on an adventure. This is going to be great.
I like the fact that she's honest with us.
It's refreshing.
She's probably never been dishonest.
You don't get out much, do you?
Nope.
Drumzel does the puzzle blink, blink, blink.
You're
too much energy for this early in the morning.
You're just like looking at your coffee like, this is the best thing I've ever drank in my life.
Oh, that's if you notice, he has lost his accent. He's looking really horrible.
He looks like, he's got that 1,000-yard stare right now. Hadlin keeps looking at him and chuckling.
So, Ranger?
Yes.
I'll text you what it is, but as we're doing this, I'm going to take out my deck of cards.
Really? And I have to get my phone all ready and stuff.
No, I can send it to you in Roll20. I can send it to you in Roll20 if you want. Do you want me to... Where do you want me to...
No, just send it to me.
Draw the drunkard
I'll send it
card.
to you in
Come on.
Discord. But you will see...
Okay, so you can send it to me in Discord. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in Discord. But what you'll
go ahead,
see
do it
is
now.
that I draw a card, and you see Balin kind of just stop drinking everything and just go like pale, put the card back in his deck, and just tuck it away. I'll send you what it is, Ranger.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what the rest of you guys see. And Balin gets like extremely quiet all of a sudden.
So I'll sort of look at the rest of the group and say, well, it seems that some of you, looking at Drum, had an adventurous night.
Yay, it was awesome. Yay.
Yeah, you look greener than normal. But so I went and I asked around a little bit. I'll sort of reach into my coat pocket. I'll take out the little notebook that I have. I'll be looking at it and I'll say, I think the first thing that we should probably do today there's a fella named Clef Tinkertop. Tends to be good with gadgets and mechanical things. And I think that we may be able to go and ask him about some of the damage to this chunk of brass and this little contraption we found there in the prison cell. Critty, you said it was, right?
Yeah, you can call me Crit, or you can call me Critty, or you can call me Critty the half-elf, or you can call me Critty just the elf. I'll answer to anything. But hi,
See,
I'm Critty.
There, that was her full name. She finally gave.
Well, that's grand. I'm going to call you Critty, because it's the shortest one I think you gave.
Yeah.
All right. So, so since you think you're joining us, what do you bring to the table, I suppose? I mean,
Well, I do know quite a lot. I have read many books. Like, did you know that there are 12,090 people that live in this town? Like, that's a lot of people.
Hold on a second. We're having an issue with Roll20. It's doing the same crap it did the other day. I'm trying, but it's not refreshing. There we go. I got it. If it doesn't work, I don't care.
hey, okay, now I see it. All right, so you like your books, and I'll sort of reach down, pull out of my pack the atlas that I'd gotten. I said, I've been doing some reading on the town myself. You know, I'm kind of aware of that, but it's good to have another bookish type.
Pretty, how, and you see kind of Balin like snapping himself back into things. How good are you at keeping secrets?
I'm a very trustworthy person.
So that's a no.
Says the person
Well,
who burned my
that
book.
makes one of us.
Let me ask you, are you familiar with kobolds?
I've read about it, but I've never seen any.
If you were to face one, how would you defend yourself?
I'd probably hide. I've never
She sounds
been
like Togar.
Get behind me. She's got it right.
That's a okay. That is good to know. That is.
It's in the Bard textbook.
Page 2 of How to Be a Bard.
Step 1, pee your pants. Step 2, flee and run in terror. Step 3, pee your pants again. No, step 3,
Step
pee your
4,
pants again.
write the haiku of it.
Bravely run away.
Well, we are going into some potential danger. You seem to be knowledgeable enough, and I think we probably could use a guide to get around this city, but I hope you know what you're getting yourself into.
Well, I mean, if she grew up here, she's going to know the city better than I will.
That is
Yeah.
true, but
Do you know anything about Brahm? Who we working for again?
Brahm is his name, Watchmaster Brahm.
Yeah, you know who Braun is.
Do you happen to know this Clef Tinkertop?
You know who that is, too. You know her daughter very well.
No, everybody.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, in a few minutes till we finish our breakfast, you know, we can pack up second breakfast and go on over to it.
Fuck a second breakfast. All right, Frodo. Yes, we've had one, but what about second breakfast?
Do you think he knows about brunch?
11sies? Afternoon tea? Dinner? Supper?
They're all very important.
If you're going to hide, you probably want to hide behind those two, and I point towards Hadlin and the coffee drinking drums.
I hold up the cup of coffee and Oh,
And then, where is Critty positioned compared to Balin?
She's
Like on a
next
table?
to. Where did you sit next to? You sat next to who?
I sat next to Dromzel.
Yeah,
Dromzel.
she's sitting right next to your highly hungover, feeling like ass.
I'm gonna kind of like motion her to come closer so I can whisper something to her. Don't piss off Ashira. She's very scary when she gets angry.
That makes you want to ask him to share a bunch of questions, Crit.
So I'll go over to Ashira.
Yeah. You look. She's right next. She's right across from you. You can look eye to eye to her.
I want to go and squish in and.
So you take your chair and go over and sit next to Ashira. Okay, so you share. You see her pick up her chair with
a little bit too close.
Yeah, not too close, but then she grabs a biscuit and looks at you and what do you say, Crit?
So, tell me all about yourself. Where did you grow up?
Oh wow, it's very early in the morning. Do you work for anyone? Did like the Cerebus Assembly or Sabine or?
Yeah, you know what those are, but you don't. You just work for the local. You actually are the assistants to the library and paid pretty well actually.
I'm an assistant to the library. I love the library. There are so many books. You could read about everything. Do you like books?
I do like books. I particularly like religious books pertaining to the Raven Queen. But I was also wondering, you say you want to go on an adventure. How far do you want to go with us? Is this like a day trip, or are we thinking like a week, or how long are you? Did you talk to Allie about how long you would be joining us for?
Oh, I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm going to be part of your group now. This is going to be exciting. I'm going to go on adventures, and I'm going to see the world, and I can't wait. This is going to be great. Your voice is beautiful. Has anyone ever told you? Your accent is just so exotic and mysterious. It makes me think about this book I read once, and the person, she was a lost princess. Are you a lost princess?
I am not the lost princess, but very kind of you to say so. So
I like dogs and horses. Do you like animals?
I also like animals. Yes, animals are delightful.
What's your favorite season of the year? I like winter when the snow is falling.
Oh, do you run very warm then?
No, not really. And I also like the spring with the flowers. Do you like the spring?
I'm more of a.
Is that a dog or Rongo laughing?
Oh,
Serious.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, that was
it's
awesome.
both.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. It's just funny.
I kind of lean over and I look at Allie and I'm like, where did you meet her? Where is she from?
I have speedily woken up and come back up from the stables, right as the sheriff
No,
said.
you're there with everybody eating breakfast. You woke up from a refreshing sleep outside, and did what you normally do in the morning, and you came down. And you're having breakfast. You guys usually eat breakfast together. It's kind of a thing you guys do, and you're sitting there when Shira leans over and says all that to you.
I'm so sorry, Shira. Can you repeat the question?
Where did you meet her? How is she coming with us?
Hoping, in all of hopes, that she could give us a little more information about things in the area. But I will tell you, I did not agree to her joining the party. But I have a really good idea. I was thinking that maybe in order to keep her safe, and maybe with someone in the party more like herself, she could, not by race, she could hang with Badrongo, and he could be her best friend. from here on out.
I don't know if he is qualified to take care of anyone.
No,
Maybe she could hang out with you. You could protect her to make sure she doesn't get hurt.
Of course, I would be glad to. I will have to have some talkings with her, but yes.
Okay.
My name is Togar.
Yeah, you don't hear this
Togar.
Togar. You're just kind of sitting there eating.
I said wrong.
It's all right. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. Togar, you don't hear that. You're just sitting there like looking at Ashira, not trying to pay attention because you don't want her wrath.
How much were the rest of us able to hear of that between Ashira and...
They're kind of tightly talking. Unless you really want to try to listen in, you're not going to hear it.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just wondering.
You guys are eating and talking to each other and stuff like that. This is just
Can I roll a perception check on it?
Yeah, with disadvantage.
That's a 6.
Women talking, boring. You don't care.
Coffee.
Bacon.
Coffee's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
and
at
sausage and eggs.
You're much more perceptive after second breakfast. You know that.
They always are.
I'm gonna look at Critty.
Before I say that, hold that thought. Then all your guys' stuff when you go in the morning is immaculately clean. I mean, immaculately clean. Like it's almost brand new. So you guys have fresh clothes on if you want.
Does a lady bring it to us?
Me.
No, it's outside. There's a place where you can go, and it's got a package. It's been wrapped in a package with your name on it and stuff, and which is weird because she didn't ask any of your names.
I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I look back at Clarity. I'm like, Clarity, what do you know about the mines?
I know lots about the mines. Like, did you know that there are 37 different mines in this region alone? Yes, I know what the average consumption is, and I know about the production and the different products you can make from those items, and I know lots about mines.
Oh, delightful. Could you tell me, have there been any significant changes in production or products lately?
Do I know any current information about
any significant changes?
Not that you're aware of. Everything's normal.
Okay. All right. Could you perhaps give us a tour of these mines?
Now you know, Critty, that's impossible unless you have special permission. The Crown's Guard is specifically guards that area, along with some other areas that are off limits because of the secrecy and stuff that they're doing. You can express that however you want.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't think that you can take tours. My great aunt Gertrude tried to take a tour once, and that was the last we ever saw of her. I don't think you want to take a tour.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty. Would you like
Okay, that was awesome.
Togar, do you need to go on a tour of the mines?
I'll take 2 ales. I think it's dwarven spirits and a tour of the mine, please.
Oh, no. No dwarven spirits for him. We're not dragging Lizard Boy around all day.
He can take the tour on his own 2 feet.
I'm going to cast Goodberry, by the way.
Yeah, you do it easily enough.
I'm going to cast Goodberry, and I'm going to walk around and give Togar a Goodberry, and
you give everybody a good berry, right?
No, then I walk over to Critty and I say, you're going on quite the adventure with this. Are you strong enough, you think? And I just wanted to ask you as well, where you hide your dagger, where do you conceal it?
Critty, you don't really have, you have some weapons and stuff, but not really. You're magic user, so you're like, your main weapon is your magic.
It cut out at the end there. Well, I think I'm strong. I know I'm morally strong, and I think I'm intellectually strong. I'm not so sure about physically strong. I think it'd be okay. I've never been in.
We are on a mission. We are on a mission that's we often encounter lots of danger, and sometimes things that will kill you. So if you want to join, what I was going to tell you is I actually possess berries. They can help you live or be stronger, not live, be stronger throughout the day. And I think that I would love to give you a good berry every morning. If maybe we could meet 1 hour per day and talk about things that should be said and things that should not be said, and social skills. Also do a little.
Adeline bursts out laughing. He can't contain it at this point. That's gonna be great.
Would you be willing to do that? Because you know that you are quite wise about the land.
I would be so honored. I've read all about these berries. I've never seen one in real life, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm so excited that you want to be best friends. And you want to spend an hour with
I
just
do
me.
not want to be your best friend. And this is one of the things that we'll learn. We will learn this in training, but no, I do not want to be your best friend. I want to be your friend. And maybe tomorrow I will give you a good berry. You're welcome to travel with us today.
Oh my god.
Because I was gonna come.
I will let you know that you're welcome. I wish you the best.
Pretty.
I will tap my elbow into Hatlin, and I will simply say, we need to be present for every one of those mornings.
Without a doubt, it's my new wake and bake ritual.
I'm gonna look at Critty and just Finn can't keep a straight face. Okay. Look at Critty. Critty, it sounds like you always wanted to go adventuring. What exactly do you hope to gain from the adventure?
Gee, I wonder where you got that idea from.
Well, I've read so many things, and books are wonderful. Books are amazing, but they can't always give you a picture of what something looks like. Well, except if there's pictures in the book, then you would see the picture. But I just want to see the world, and I want to try new things, and I want to meet people.
Well, you definitely met us, and seem to have made an impression, especially on Allie. I haven't seen her that flustered before, so that's impressive. I understand we could use your help here. So, how about we consider this basically a trial? You are welcome to join with us, but as you show that you are able to do what you need to help us here, we might consider you for more later. Is that agreeable?
Oh yes, I'm very good at taking tests.
Okay. Then it is a deal. You may find that you may be needed here more. A lot of us are just wanderers at this point, looking for something else, but it seems like this is your home. I don't think it's always a good idea to wander away from home personally. I'm far away myself, and I do miss it, so something to consider too as we go along in our journey.
All right.
So, just continue drinking.
All right, you guys continue eating, and the breakfast is done. You guys finish up, and you're ready to start the day.
Just before we head out, I'll go over. I'll find the barkeep. I'll say, the old woman who did all the mending and the washing of the clothes.
Yeah, what about her?
Please tell her she does fantastic work.
I know, that's why I hire her and why she stays around here.
Thank you.
She's my
We'll be back later.
She's my grandmother, by the way.
Reed, you did not say that correctly. You're supposed to tell her that she did a great job.
What did you say over there, Paley?
It's the way his people talk. They're not from around
I
here.
don't give two shits. He comes over
Wait,
there.
wait,
What did you
hold
just
on.
say about my grandmother?
Say that again?
What did you say about my grandmother?
She did.
Mother.
I look very confused at Reed at this point.
Fella, I'll set him straight. Don't worry about it.
See that you do. You ever say some stuff about my grandmommy again, well,
She is a great lady. It was a pleasure talking to her and meeting her.
he just gives you this dead eye stare. does this thing. And just behind the bar starts cleaning glasses and just keeps staring at you, Balin. Just rubbing the glass. And then he takes the glass in his hand, looks at you, and crushes the glass, which is metal, and just...
And I just whispered to Reed, why is he damaging the glass?
Oh my god.
He doesn't like the glass. Don't talk to him no more.
Okay.
So your conversation with his grandmother went well, though.
Yeah, she seemed very happy.
Oh yeah, she's grand. Yeah.
Yeah, what you told me worked like a charm.
Oh, I'm glad.
Oh my god.
We should probably leave now.
Okay.
Olia, come on. We're gonna go. Critty, you know where this Mr. Tinkertop is.
Yep.
So,
Yes, you do.
if you don't
Like
mind.
the back of my hand.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a great skill. That if you don't mind leading the way, then.
Mm-hmm. So she leads you. She knows the city like the back of her hand. Critty takes the lead, and she takes you toward the builder's plot. And stepping past the outer walls of the city brings you back into the dusty expanse of the assembly yard. Row after row of shaded construction bays and towers flank partially built catapults, heavy cannons, and other odd experimental weaponry encircled by metal fences. Following the directions that Critty's giving you, Critty's basically saying, and this place is this, and this is this, and when I was a little...
And on your left, you'll see.
And then...
And that's where I kissed my first boy, but he sucked at it, so I kicked him in the nuts and ran away.
Did she tell that to Finn?
She's saying it to all you guys. She's speaking very loudly outside. And everybody does not even pay her mind. It's like they know who Critty is. She's well known to just... And you see people waving to her. She's like, hi, Ella! You know, just doing Critty stuff. And leads you to... And she keeps leading to this place where you lead toward high piles of metal sheeting and the sounds of insistent hammering. So this is what kind of your ambiance that you guys are there. You guys come up to a home in the middle of all this. Seems weird. Some of the glass has been broken out, but you hear a lot of a lot of noise coming from inside. You see a few crowns guard in this area and people moving about. So
I'll make sure that the badge we've been given is in plain sight. I'll walk over towards the house and I'll sort of knock on the door.
Are we walking or are we in our car?
no, you're walking. Gritty would let you know that it's not conducive to bring a while. It doesn't make sense. So you're just walking everywhere. It only takes about 15-20 minutes to get there.
Just left the horses.
Yeah, they're being well taken care of. You're fine with that. You think the young lad's doing a good job.
I like that.
There you go. All right, who's gonna knock on the door?
Can I call out to Mr. Tinkertop?
So Critty comes up there, Mr. Tinkertop. He's like, you hear crashing inside. And then you see the door open and you say, "Oh, Critty, it's a fine day to be seeing you here. Oh, and you brought friends."
Yes, Mr. Tinkertop, these are my new friends, and they have an adventure, and they think you can help them.
Oh, well, friends of old Critty are friends of mine. Come on in, have a spot of tea with you or something. Come on in. He starts welcoming everybody in.
And I'm going to awkwardly point out, see, I told you that you would want me on your adventure.
Yeah, so far so good, Critty. Thank you.
Right, so no tea for me. Do you by chance have more coffee?
So he comes in and he welcomes you all and he's like, well, and it's a little cramped in here for all you guys, but it's a gnome area, but it's a good sized house considering it's a gnome house. And you can see that there is shit everywhere. A lot of it organized, but it's everywhere. And you see that he was at his station, he was working on something. And he's like, right, all right. What did you need, Critty?
Well,
We
one
all
of my new
do.
friends has something that he'd like you to look at.
And who are your friends?
I'm gonna push Reed towards him.
Oh, hello. A fine
Careful, he's a little guy.
day there to you, sir. How can I help you?
Well, I'm sure you heard about some of the commotion in town yesterday.
Hold that thought. And he walks over to his thing and he starts writing on the blackboard and he's totally ignoring you. And he's just ignoring you completely. Critty, you know this, that he is he's as intelligent as they come, but he is completely, when he gets thought in his head, he becomes exceptionally absent-minded and forgets that he has guests and stuff like that.
What sort of stuff is written on the board?
Formulas, things that you're not, without really doing some work on, you're not sure what the hell this is.
So since I know Mr. Tinkertop, can I just kind of keep steering him back towards our conversation?
Yeah. Just get his attention.
Okay, so Mr. Tinkertop.
Oh, all right there, Critty. Did you have something you wanted to ask me?
Yes. Reed here has something he'd like you to
Oh,
look at.
nice to meet you, Mr. Reed. Friend of...
Oh, yeah, it's a pleasure, yeah.
Friend of Critty's a friend of mine. What do you want to be knowing about? Oh, you know what? And he goes back to the drawing board. Just then, you see this other elvish girl come in. I'm not gnomish girl. She's got really long, red, flowing hair. And she's like, Oh, Father, you're always so absent-minded. And she just puts up a hand and like, you keep working on your stuff there. And she's gorgeous. And she walks over and says, and you know this, she looks at you, Critty, says, oh, hi there, Critty. How are you today? You know this girl to be is Risa, R-I-S-S-A.
Hi, Risa. How are you today?
Well, it's another day, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm dealing with Mr. Potato Head over there, but you know. He's like, and you hear her father go, oh, potatoes. No. And he starts writing some other stuff, you don't know what. And she's like, you see her roll her eyes. Oh, all right. I'll be.
I know that Risa is also very skilled.
She's
Can I
quite
introduce you friends to her?
Yes, she's the one you know to really talk to.
Okay. So I'm gonna lean over to Reed and be like, she knows what she's doing. Can we just show her?
It sounds like it's probably a better idea.
All right, Mr. Reed and your friends there. What can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping that maybe you'd be able to give me at least some sort of an idea what some of this stuff could be. And I'll take off the backpack. I'll pull out the contraption we'd found the night before, and I'll sort of put it down on the table. And I'll reach into my pocket and I'll pull out the chunks of brass and metal that we'd found. And I'll say, now, I know that this is obviously a piece of metal, but the way that it was found, it looks as like it may have been a bit of an explosive.
You see her eyes kind of close for a second. Oh, I know what this is, all right. Father! And he turns around, yeah, well, I'm right in the middle doing something there. And she's like, I know, Father, but you need to look at this. And he comes over and she's like, ugh, what are you, contraptions got that hand? He's like, no, it didn't. I know mine stuff. And he starts looking at it. And he starts looking at the damage really clearly. And, I think we got a buddy sighting. Buddy, what are you doing? Buddy, what are you doing? You come here. You come here, buddy. What are you doing, buddy? He doesn't want to come over.
Oh.
He's looking at me like he's being
You
buddy.
scared him with the swords.
Oh, that's what he gets. Buddy, you want to come side everybody?
Come say hi.
Come on, come here.
Over here. Over here.
Come here.
Come here.
No, not.
Oh God.
He just jumped up and he's gone. Well, there goes that plan. No. Oh, there.
Get your sock. Go find a sock.
Come here.
Go find.
Come.
I meant to tell you he found a chipmunk today.
Oh no. Oh
He
Lord.
cornered it.
Oh well. Sorry, everyone. Buddy does not want to make a camera
Buddy's
appearance.
a big boy now. He
Yeah,
found the chipmunk.
yeah, he's grown up. He's 2 years
growing
old
up.
and got a chipmunk. So there we go. He's like, "Roar." That's what he does to me all the time. But he didn't want to make an appearance on the camera. I know everybody loves Buddy Cam, but nobody appearance tonight. All right, back into the story. So he looks at it. He's like, all right. I know this word. And he looks at it a little bit more. And says, it looks like something of mine. And he keeps looking at it. And then he looks at you and he kind of explains that he created something like this before, but this is not his. This is a poor copy of something that he created. And it was mainly shape charges that he created a long time ago. And that the crafting and the design of this reminds him of an old colleague of his named Huron Stallmast. Stallmast. He said he was basically someone that was prone to copying the work of others, although very poorly. And he hasn't been seen in Humperduke in years.
Herman Stoma?
Huron, Huron, like Lake Huron.
Okay, when he says that, can I do a perception to see if anybody is outside listening in?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I was going to stay outside.
Well, you didn't, Allie. You have to be social, so deal.
12.
No, you don't see anything.
Okay. I'll just continue at this point, like listening in, but kind of every now and then peering outside to see if anyone else is like eavesdropping type of thing.
So these that takes care of the brass. Then you said it's like a shape charge, so you can. What exactly would that do? I'm not really familiar with how something like that would work.
He thinks about it. Well, there, my friend. The way it works is, it's a device. I call it the Vox Seeker. And what it does is it locks in place, and then it blows out. And you see Reese in the back, like, doing this to you. Don't get him started. She's going to kill you if you do.
So
please don't talk so loud. Oh, good lord.
So that's the chunks of brass. That's actually the explosive itself, where you can direct how it goes.
Aye. That's what it is there, laddie.
And what about this other thing?
It's from all the other components of those, I think, looking at it. I could be wrong.
Also, they go together.
Well, there were probably several of them put together around and made a specific shape to blow like a hole. You can make all kinds of shapes with the blast.
It makes sense.
Now you're getting it, boyo.
Yeah. That's grand.
But
so you said it's not your work, though. It's this.
Well, I made a prototype a long time ago, but I kind of gave up on it and gave it to somebody else. But this is a bad copy, and I recognize this guy's work from anywhere.
2 questions for you, then.
All right, fire him away.
You have any idea where this guy is?
No clue. He hasn't been seen in years here.
Did he have any workshop in the area or anything such?
He grew up here, but I haven't seen him in years. He's not having a shop in here in a long time.
All right. You think he'd be... Go ahead.
Where did he go? Do you know?
Nobody knows. He just kind of up and disappeared.
Why did you make this prototype? Who are you making the prototype for?
Well, you're a inquisitive little halfling elf. Or, I mean, it's what I do. I make all kinds of stuff. But I don't think you're part of the military, so I can't really tell you all about that.
Where did that Huron actually grow up? You said he was from around here.
He gets absent-minded for a second, and then he goes back to the blackboard, and then Reese's like, "Oh, dearie. He grew up in a part of town. The family has moved away. There's no remnants of him left."
Do you do first breakfast?
First breakfast? Of
Yes,
course. We're getting ready for second breakfast.
Oh,
Are you?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you happen to have a cordial.
For what purposes, dearie?
I would like to drink a cordial.
All right.
Didn't you offer drinks earlier?
Yeah, she comes in, she's like, all right. She goes back and it's like, all right, who wants some? She comes up
I'm
to
not gonna
Allie.
say no.
Yeah, pour some with some good stuff.
I'd just have some tea if you're having it.
It's right there for you, dearie. I brought it in earlier.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. I just wanted to thank him for the cordial and thank Critty for bringing
Oh yeah,
it.
it's fine. Critty, anybody else want to ask anything while you're here?
Yeah. If If he was going to be hiding somewhere, if he was still around here, where exactly would he have been? Where would you
Oh,
look?
sweetie, I have no idea about that. Me and my father, we don't get ourselves involved in these kind of things.
Now,
Ask Risa if there's anything.
Ask her.
That
In character, ask her.
Oh, sorry. So Risa, can you look at the metal and tell me if there's any marks that maybe we can find the supplier? If we can't figure out who made it right now, maybe
She
we
looks
can
at it.
track
She,
from
I
that.
mean, give me a second. She looks over there and she's like, well, the metal is pretty common. I don't think I'm seeing anything that looks out of the ordinary other than the design of it looks the way he would do it. My father knows best, and if he says it's what it is, they know what it is, dearie.
do you know exactly what it would look like if it weren't, blown up?
She does a rough little sketch. It looks like some strange little device that looks like it's got a purpose. From you seeing it, Reed, Hadley, you probably pick up on this. It looks like what it was meant to do. It was specifically designed. It's actually, when she draws, it looks like a little automaton that you operate. It goes over to where it's supposed to and get into small little areas, and then it can plant itself to where you want it, and then.
Well, that seems interesting and handy.
Oh, and my father had some good ideas, and well, this was one of them.
Aye, huh? Do you think he could either build me one of them or perhaps, I don't know, repair this one? Or
He looks over. All right, I can do it. Give me a few hours and 15 gold pieces, and I'll whip you up another one.
Oh, that's a deal.
All right.
I'm gonna walk outside.
Okay, you go outside, Allie. It's a little crammed through your style. You go outside. You see gnomes running around and lots of workers running around. You see Crown Guard running around and people going about their daily business.
Yes, officer, I've been building bombs in my tool shed.
What if he was requested?
You caught me, Skippy.
What if he was requested to?
Okay.
So it says it'll be in a few hours.
Oh, that's fine. That's grand.
We should go outside and maybe see if we can find something else to investigate.
Yeah, would it be back either later on today or perhaps maybe tomorrow morning? If that's all right.
Oh, give me 2 hours. I'll have it done.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'll leave, and I'm gonna kind of wait for Critty to come outside as everyone is eventually leaving.
No, you guys, if there's nothing else, you guys kind of say goodbye, and Riza says goodbye to you guys and walks you to the door and escorts you guys out. Very cordial and very homely. And her father's, he's attacking this thing, looking at the parts and the pieces, and you can tell he's already at it. He's got a new task and a new puzzle, and that's what he's going to do.
Critty.
Hello, everybody. We've got a couple of hours to spend around here. There are hundreds of workshops in this area if you want to go exploring or maybe try to look around. Or we could go to the upper tier and there's a
Nearby is Critty, that nearby is a friend of yours, Zendasa, and she owns the herbalist place here.
My friend lives right around the corner, and we could go spend some time with her.
Critty. I think we need something a little bit different. The reason I asked you about the kobolds earlier is because that is what we are looking for. I don't know if what we'll find are going to be, to be frank, above ground people. Do you know where we may be able to find those that are more in the seedy underbelly of the city? Those that may know about some of the activities of kobolds?
I don't spend a lot of time in the seedy underbelly.
Do you know where it might be, though? This is part of the adventure.
You have no idea. That's not your forte there, Critty.
I might know somebody who might know something.
Critty. maybe something more in your wheelhouse. You like to read.
I do.
The local papers. Let me ask you. The other night, there was a breakout at the prison, and this Skin woman seems to have broken out. Do you have any idea what she did, or was she part of a gang? Was
No
she a
idea.
murderer, or what?
Critty, you have no clue. You know all about the prison, you know its facilities, you know how many people it can hold, you know it's run by the Crown's Guard and controlled by the Dwendalian Empire. Other than that, you have no working knowledge of the innings and goings of this facility.
They have not reported on that in the newspaper. We can pick up a newspaper if you want.
You know that there's really nothing like that's going to be. You know that the government controls all the information. There's really no newspapers. It's more of the town crier that walks around a little bit, but he usually says something that's really, you find boring.
Reed, from your experience in here, do you know where we might find that kind of underground situation?
Well, I mean, when you go looking for something like that, you first off don't want to go and call them seedy. They tend to not like that term.
I had a guidebook.
So I might be able to poke around and see what I can find. But, you said your friend's not far off, right? Gritty.
Yeah, she's just around the corner. She has the cute little shop. I think you'd really like it. And maybe she has some things that would help you.
Well, we might as well go and look at the adorable shop.
I'm going to go back and get the horses.
Right, so do they have coffee?
The horses are fine. The horses are fine. They're in the stable boy's watching them. We gave him more money he's seen all week.
And it doesn't seem like we'd be able to take them around the city.
Yeah, we're better off on foot. But
I feel like we need a cart and horse and our own transportation.
the exercise is good for us.
So when you look at the
legs.
Yeah, for you, Allie, actually, the way the city's designed is gnomish. There are other buildings and stuff, but everything's in walking distance. So for you, being someone that likes to walk a lot, it makes a little bit more sense, right? Because of your elven lineage.
Okay.
So yeah, you know the horses are being well taken care of. They're actually very happy because they're getting fed oats and all kinds of stuff, and they're getting their strength back from the long trek you made. So they deserve. It's kind of like they're getting a little spa treatment. So as far as you're concerned, they're good to go. And you can tell from your walk in here, Allie, that yes, there is traffic. You do see cars and stuff, but it looks like it's cumbersome and that it's only if necessary, because certain parts have a lot of traffic, but it looks like it's more for the military stuff's coming in and out on the main thoroughfares. But the side streets and other stuff is a little bit smaller, and so they try to avoid wagons and things of that nature. So you think that after you think about it for a second, maybe this won't be the best place for the horses and the wagon. Let's leave them where they're at, and we can just walk around. Plus, you know that this is really hilly terrain, and you start thinking about the terrain itself, and you've grown up near mountains, and not most conducive to horse and cart.
Balin, do you feel as if we may need to go back and get the horses?
I don't think we need them right now. I don't even know where we're going to end up. If we have to go into the mines, the horses would pose a problem, and we'd have to take them back to the stable anyways. Seems best for now until we know where we're going to leave them where they're safe.
Thank you.
All right, so Critty takes you to, you see things as lay of the land, and you see a little like flower, or it looks like some kind of plant on the sign and stuff. You walk in, and you see this woman. Looks like she's in her late 30s, maybe early 40s, with long brownish hair, a little bit of gray popping in, but it just makes her look. She looks really young for her age. And you walk in, she sees you, Critty. She's like, "Oh, hi, Critty. How are you?" She comes over and gives Critty a hug.
What race?
Human.
Human, okay.
And you know who Zendessa is, Critty.
Feel hi, and then I'm like, I've got to introduce you to my new friends.
Oh, you've made some new friends, dear. That's lovely.
I wave at everybody behind me and I'm like, hey everybody, this is my best friend.
And you know
And she
Zendessa is
laughs
a
at me.
druid. And an herbalist. And so introductions are met, and she's like, well, my friends of Critty, what? I'm glad you came by today. Is there anything that I can do for you? I have all kinds of wonderful wares that maybe you're interested in.
Wait, so this is an herbalist shop? Like an apothecary?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do you got anything for a hangover?
She kind of looks at you and pats you on the shoulder like you're a small child. It's like, oh, I'm afraid I do, dear. And she just hands you something. Drink this.
Outstanding.
It's just coffee in a potion bottle.
Probably.
That she charges them 6 gold for.
Do you drink it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like unfiltered coffee, but it's got a little bit of a mint and something other flavor to it. You can't quite place it. You're not familiar with plants and stuff, but when you drink it, you're like, oh, and then all of a sudden it hits you after about a few seconds, and you're like, you feel great. All the suffering you were feeling earlier is taken care of.
Cool. I will happily fork over a gold to her.
It's like,
Thank you so much.
she's like, you're so sweet, and she's like touching your arm. Ooh, you're so big.
I knew you'd have to get a cure. You wouldn't last a day. I knew it.
And what about you, Master Dwarf? Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I'd like some beard oil. I haven't got some really good, stuff to oil my beard for in quite some
She's
time.
like, I have you covered. And she goes over and grabs something. She says, here you go. I actually got this from the dwarfs a shipment not too long ago. Not many people want it, but here you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
So that'll be 3 silver, 4 copper.
Sounds good. I pay her.
Okay. She looks at the rest of you. Friends of Critty, what do you guys want? Critty, are they here to buy stuff? Did you bring them here to help my shop out?
Going on an adventure, and I figured.
You are? Ooh, that's exciting.
I know I've been telling you for so long how much I wanted to go on an adventure, and I met these guys last night, and then they invited me. They begged me to come with them. It's very exciting.
She's like, well, do me a favor. Who's in charge of this group?
I'm going to walk over to Critty, and I am going to kind of turn her to the side and let her know that we're on a mission and we really don't want a whole lot of people to know who we are. And then I'm going to say we would love to have you come on the mission with us.
Yeah.
But you really can't keep, and you cannot tell the name of who you believe the leader to be. And then I'm going to walk away from Critty and away from.
Okay, but she looks at you. Who's in charge of this wonderful group?
Well, I'm Hadlin. I'm not in charge, though. I think it's the I pointed to Shira. I'm confused and I have no idea what she's talking about.
It's definitely not the Dragonborn.
Well, why don't you guys take a look around for a second? And she kind of points to Shira and says, Shira, can I talk to you for a moment?
Absolutely.
And
I was actually going to ask you some questions myself. What were you going to say?
so she takes you away from the group, and it's a nice shop, and it's got lots of potions. So you guys, if you're thinking about what you want, think about what you want that she possibly might have. We'll get to that in a second. She pulls you over, and you guys have the back, and you see Ashir and her talking over in a corner on the other side of this building, and she's like, oh, Critty. And she looks at you.
Ranger, can we try to make a perception check to see if we can hear this? I know
You try, but it's not happening. Something's happening here where you don't know what's going on.
Got it.
You see Ashir, you see her come over, and she kind of looks at you real quick. You see her eyes go green, like emerald green, and you see her face contort a little bit with like lines of green falling from her eyes. It's like, I appreciate you taking on Critty, and I know she can be a handful, but watch out for her because she's special, and if anything happens to her, the force of nature will come down on all of you. Just as a fair warning, she's like a daughter to me, but she's also a grown woman, so you seem like a woman of means, so I place in you with the responsibility of looking after her. After her mom passed a couple years ago, I've kind of been looking out for her a little bit. You're getting the mom talk.
Yeah, that is completely understandable. I was just wondering, is there any way to keep her here? Because we have encountered some danger, and I would not want anything to happen to her. Of course, we will look out for her, but any number of our party could die.
She's quite capable. She's very strong with magic, as her mother was. And her father, to be honest. So I think she'll do just fine.
Okay. If we
she
would like to go with your blessing.
I'll give it, but just, and she's like, who are we kidding? If I said don't go, she's going to go. So,
We'll do our best.
All right.
We hope that it is fortunate that we came here. I was wondering if there was anything in the shop you could recommend us picking up while we are here.
What are you looking for? I have potions of healing. I have perfume. I have healer kits. I have incense. I have focuses, candles, antitoxins, herbalism kits. What do you need? Why don't you go discuss it with your friends and let me know? I'll be sitting here and talk.
Okay, I know for sure one thing we need is
What is
information.
that?
Would you happen to know anyone with information, or who trades in information?
There's a fellow I do know of at the lodge here. Let me think. Who is that? I don't really deal with him that much, but give me a second. It says, there's a fence by the name of Udoth who likes to keep a room there, and he comes down during the day. He's always in the market for adventuring goods, items found, those kind of things. Maybe he knows information. I don't know, but I don't know the shadier side of things.
Okay, well, I appreciate the information, and
of course,
I will go talk to the party and see if there's anything we can to purchase.
Yep, I would highly recommend it. And she's like, so, what? She turns around to all of you. So, my friends of Critty, what would you be interested in?
Can I have a conversation with Reed really quick before?
Yeah, go ahead.
While that's going on. Reed, you mentioned that you may have a way to find something before we came here. We still seem to have a couple hours. Is there something you can do? It doesn't seem like we might be able to pick up some supplies here, but that seems to be it.
I could start poking around the city, start seeing to see if I could find the shady underbelly, as you were saying.
I will not refer to it as that in front of them. I just did not know how else to describe it.
No, I get what you said. So they tend to not like to be referred to that way. Much like the fella back at the inn didn't like using harsh language with his grandmother. She's fine with it. Just don't say it around him.
Oh, okay. That is something just for the grandmother. Okay, I got it.
He was kind of babied, so they keep it.
That
like
makes sense. That explains why he was upset. Okay.
Pure like virgin snow, that one. So.
All right. So if you go poking around, we will make sure to wait outside of Clef Tinkertop's place before going in.
Yeah. I mean, I got to see what I can see. You can't necessarily just walk in and be like, "Hey, fellas."
Yeah.
But I think it's not a bad idea if we pick up a few things here. We'll poke around the area. We'll see if we spot anything.
Okay. Is it something better that all of us go, or is it something better you do alone? Our party does seem to garner attention, especially with an orc in the middle of a city of gnomes.
Well, yeah, it is a bit overwhelming to see him, but at the same time, I think we're probably best off not splitting off too far.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, I know you did.
You can hear a lot from up there.
Well, watch the ceiling beams.
No, it's a normal size house because the human owns it.
So,
But you know it's true, Dromzel. You are an orc amongst a city largely with gnomes. You do kind of stand out in here.
Well, I stick out in most places anyway, so.
It's for the best. So I think we stock up what we can here. We'll walk around a little bit. We'll see what we see. Oh.
Out of character, did we distribute the gold that we got yet?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Maybe we should split up the gold and see what everyone wants to get.
No, I get that it was 250 gold, so at the time, if we split it just among the active members, it was 35 gold, 7 silver, 1 copper each.
Yeah.
35, 7, and 1. Okay. Let me go ahead and add that in. 35, 7, 1, right?
Yep.
That is correct, sir.
1. Add. Hooray! Okay.
Huzzah.
Alright.
Can I get a huzzah for Moko?
No, you may not.
Okay.
So, if
I
there's...
imagine, yeah. This is probably when she comes back at this point.
Yeah, and she says, so, what would you guys be interested in? I have all kinds of things that you might be interested in purchasing.
Well, have you... like a pack of bandages and such, like a healer's kit or anything?
She does.
Fantastic. How much would that be?
Oh, 5 silver.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll take one of them.
Okay. She goes over and grabs one and comes back and gives it to you. And it's nicely put together and everything. So, yeah. You can add that to your repertoire.
That's a very good price.
Friends of Critty discount.
Nice. All right, so I'll take that. And have you healing potions?
I do. And you see her kind of momentarily look around and look at all you. And she looks at a shearer. She goes over to a shearer and says, wait here, dearie. And then she goes in the back and then she comes back out and she's got this case. And in the case, when you open it up, has 8 normal healing potions. Now, normally these would go for quite a lot. But since you're friends of Critty, make sure she gets one. I'll give you all those for 20 gold.
Done.
Signed up. Yep.
Oh, twist our arms, why don't you?
I'll hand her 20 gold right away.
She looks at the orc when he says that. Like you're a child that spoke out of turn. I could always go to the normal price, Sir Orc. See a little flash of green in her eyes.
So I will hand her over 20 gold.
All right.
Happily.
There you go. So you have 8
I will-
healing potions in your inventory for all you guys.
I'll hand them out one to each person.
All right. So everybody gets a healing potion. Put that in your inventory. Just a regular healing potion.
Huh. That's so nice of you, Johnny.
Something to keep everyone alive. I've been told to keep this lot alive, so that'll help.
I have trouble with that
It's the
sometimes.
2d4 version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on D&D Beyond, if you just put in healing in the item search, the 3 types of healing potions come right up, so it's awesome.
I have something that I could use your help with, but I'm not sure if it's something that you're selling. And I'm going to take out my alchemy book from my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to learn alchemy and potion making myself. We have a couple hours before we need to head off. Would you be willing to help me learn during that time?
She looks at the book you have, like, oh no, that's not going to do. And then she goes back, wait here. She comes back and it's like, not many people I want to learn about the arts. I'll make you a deal. If you read this, you can learn a lot. This is just a minor teaching, but it's my own book. I expect you to bring it back to me one day. Read this, and you can learn how to make your own normal healing potions. And it's a book about yay thick. It's not that big, but it's got all her notes. and special little techniques and stuff. Think like Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, where she's actually taken a book and scratched out a bunch of stuff and put like how it really works. And you look at this like this is a gift from God.
I do agree to that.
Okay.
We'll talk about the other details of that later. So
yeah, that's fine.
Track everything. But yeah, let me. It's a book from Zendessa, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Anything anybody
I'm just
else
gonna
wants?
begin reading.
Yeah, you see, it's fascinating. She knows her shit. You can tell immediately just by the way she has crossed out certain things and certain techniques. And then not only does she cross out and put what you should do, she writes on the margins why you should be doing this.
Just don't use the sector Shempra one.
Well, unless we need it.
It's the potion book of the Half-Blood Prince.
Yes.
I use it as an example just so that he get an idea of why she chose the one she did.
Does she ask for any money, or just gives it as long as I return
just gives it as long as you return it.
Okay.
I'm going to ask if she. Well, I'm going to just say, did you say you have another healing kit?
I do.
I would like to take that. Also, do you happen to have any hyssop?
She does.
I will take as much hyssop as I can buy.
She tells you that it's a harder item to get, but she can spare some. So total for the healing kit and the small amount that she gives you, it comes out to about a gold and 2 silver.
Oh, good. I will take that as well. And then I was also wondering if you have any edible potions.
Yeah, sign me up for those too.
She's like, I'm sorry, this is not the west coast of Drumdalia.
I had 3 tonight.
Yeah, I plead with my next question.
Sustenance. Do you have any? I know that you're going to need many healing potions, but I'm just wondering if you have anything of sustenance.
No, I don't deal with that, Twin
God
Sweetie.
damn potheads.
Look, I'm sorry. There's no lambda spread here.
I think that's all I will need.
All right. She looks at everybody. Anything else?
Since I'm so rock and roll, do we have any stones available to take a peek at?
She just gives you this look like a mother who's about to slap her child.
It's an herb store.
I think you're getting me confused with someone else there, dearie. I think you should go visit one of the geologists or something along those lines if you're looking for rocks.
Crystals.
Those two.
Miss Indessa, just before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
Is there a tavern in the area, but one that opens earlier than all others? Tends to stay open later.
They usually all keep the same time as far as I know. I don't really frequent those kind of establishments, but...
If you were to go to one, which is the one you would definitely not go to?
It's none that I wouldn't really go to. They're all pretty run by established people in the community. I'm fine with it.
Alright. Any that you do recommend, then?
Yes, the Suit Swallow Lodge.
Yeah, I've been there. Nice place.
Yes, very nice.
Alright.
Would you be able to describe this Udoth to us so we may find him?
I've only heard the name. Don't know him personally.
Are there? Pardon me. I completely forgot that I was wondering if you had any medicinal herbs that maybe you're not allowed to sell.
She gives you a look like, really?
And I was wondering if you happen to know where.
No. We don't deal in those kind of herbs here.
Pardon me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the healing potion. Come on, let's go. It's time to leave.
I'll sort of go over and I'll grab Alionath by the hand, reaching up.
We'll take good care of her for you.
You don't know that the conversation took place. And as you guys all leave, Critty, you stay behind. She gives you a hug, and then she kind of grabs you by the hand. She's like, Critty, you need to be safe out there. I know this is what you want, but sometimes we get what we want, and it's not what we always think it turns out to be. Promise me you'll be safe?
I promise I'll be safe.
All right.
And I give her a
yeah, she gives you a
great
hug.
big squishy hug.
Yeah, she gives you a big squishy hug back. It's like, and then she kisses you on the forehead. Be safe out there, and listen to what these people have to say. They're, especially Ashira. She seems to be. She has a good head on her shoulder. That one. Promise?
I promise.
All right. And then she kind of scoots you out, playfully. Like, all right, go. Have your adventure.
Ranger, I just want to clarify. I wasn't metagaming there. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, just when we first went in there and how they treated each other when they first.
I mean, possibly, but
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know.
Well, you didn't roll for it, so no, you don't know.
Okay, apparently it does take a rocket scientist. Then.
You got an insight check, brother. So, I know you as Grim know that, but your character has to make the rolls to see if you can perceive those kind of things. You see what I'm saying? So it's all fine. It's all good.
As soon as we get outside, I'll sort of bring Alethos to the side and say, Ali, look, the first rule of trying to get illicit substances is we don't ask about illicit substances.
The second rule is we don't tell Reed if we get illicit substances.
I think sometimes a straight approach is the best, and it seemed the best timing.
I'm all about being direct and cutting right to the point and all, but...
I'm also the one that made sure Critty knew that we don't want to be too exposed. It was a direct, short conversation. She answered no. Now we can carry on. I was trying to maybe...
and that's fine. And
you see her elven qualities coming through. Like, elves just... I mean, this is just her elven nature coming through. She does not comprehend that there's subtlety involved in this.
I was trying to help you find the seedy side.
Oh, Ali! I agree with you. It's fine. What we're doing right now is called hiding in plain sight.
Yes, just like asking for illicit substances in plain sight.
You don't... different animal.
Right, so this might not be the best conversation to be talking in public about right now. So yeah, on to the next.
Yeah, right now.
All right, I will immediately start trying to look around. Do I see anything in Thieves' Cant as we walk around the area?
I walk over.
Hold on, make a perception check, Reed, and then we'll get to you, Shara.
Okay.
20.
You do.
Awesome.
And it's a gnomish symbol. You kind of have a good idea what this is.
All right, do you want to PM me that, or...
Remind me, we'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
All right. Ashira, what were you going to say?
I was going to go over to Pretty and ask her if she knew where the lodge was.
Knew where the what was?
The lodge?
It's the one you're
where
staying
Udoth
at.
comes out of.
It's
One that Udoth comes out of?
Yeah, that's the same one you guys are staying at.
Okay.
So we're staying at it.
Yeah, he's there in the daytime, not the nighttime.
And we didn't roll a perception while we were having breakfast. God damn it.
Who wouldn't even know to look for him?
I know.
Well, I guess we go back to the horses.
Well, if we wait around a little longer, so that we don't have to walk all the way back across town,
Okay.
we can pick up the thingamabob.
Yeah, well, so we're going to end the campaign here. So we'll end the stream tonight. So we'll say, just for purposes, you guys hang out, you eat some of the local, try some of the local vendors and stuff like that, and just Curdy kind of shows you some stuff. Actually, some cool stuff she shows you guys. What places are off limits? You guys learn that very quickly, because you can see Crown Guard and the kingdom is very well, the Empire is very well represented here. And so there's certain places, let's not go there. a lot of, in this area too, there's a lot of noise of tinkering and hammering and building and people just carrying stuff and moving stuff. But there's a lot of vendors that sell food and stuff. So you guys have some of the, it's not bad. It's pretty good actually. The gnomes know how to cook and they love to eat. So you know that these pastries and stuff that you guys are eating, you guys get like some small meat pies while you guys are waiting, and they're quite delicious. Critty highly recommends them. And you guys think that these are damn good meat pies, and they're small little meat pies. For a gnome, they're big, but for you guys, except for you, Reed, they're about yay big. For you, Reed, they're about yay big. But gnomes can eat a shit ton. So can dwarfs. So actually, Hadley eats 2 of them. I think Drons will eat 6. Just nom nom nom. And you guys get your device so you can put the Vox Seeker in your inventory. I'll break down what that is later, Reed, and what it does. And then you guys head back for the lounge to meet up with this person who might have some vital information for you guys, and that's where we're going to leave the campaign for now. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We have some other stuff that we're going to be doing. Finn, tell everybody what we're doing next weekend.
Yep, next weekend, YouTube at this time. Well, not this time. This is kind of late, but at the start time, we're going to be on YouTube towards the end of our 12-hour live stream that's starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, all the way down to 10 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you guys join us there. Head on to our YouTube !Discord for Discord !YouTube for our YouTube page. Head over there, and we're going to have a challenge available that if it gets filled up on that Saturday, we will do a 12-hour stream on Sunday as well, just having fun with different people, just playing different games. So hopefully you guys can come and join, and of course, donate to the American Cancer Society if you guys are able.
If you dare. All right, and we're hoping for big support like you guys always do when we do those kind of streams. All right. With that, we're going to call this one done. So thank you so much for joining us. And if you like what the content we're putting out, let us know. Comments are always appreciated. Make sure you subscribe. All that fun stuff. This will go on YouTube usually Tuesday and Wednesday of each week, right, Finn? Once we have the
Twitch. But I was a little slow on the other ones.
Well, you suck, Finn. God damn it. Once again, Finn has failed us. Jesus.
Yes, I know. They're all going to be up actually soon. I'll put them all up. Actually taking a day off this week to catch up stuff.
Yeah, and for me, just as a heads up to all the skiers, you can spread the word. I'm vegging tomorrow. Other than D&D, maybe tomorrow they're doing for the Star Wars campaign. I'm in vegetable state, so I'm not doing anything. So, other than
like Dronzo after the Dwarven Spirit.
Pretty much. I'm sleeping in. I'm going to have a good workout. I'm going to watch bad television. I'm not doing dick. So
no Ranger is not here to answer your questions.
Yeah, there's D&D tomorrow. I mean, if everybody's available. Yeah, if everybody's available tomorrow, we'll do D&D. But other than that, I'll right, like 4:30. I'll log in. We'll do a couple hours of D&D, and then that's it. I mean, after that, I'm not even doing. I'm gonna let Remo know I'm not doing the stream tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep in and get some rest and stuff. So just taking a little bit of break because starting Monday, it's gonna be back to the grind that we were doing, which I love tremendously, but I need to recharge my batteries a little bit. All right, so with that, thanks to all the players. Great job. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you. And with that, we're going to call this one done. So everyone have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next time in a few weeks. Peace out.
God, how many times